because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. It's Saucy Saturdays.
Slumber Party Edition.
Yay. Sorry,
Pillow fight.
I got her in here.
Disparu, are you wearing your PJs?
No.
Yeah, probably.
Who is this in the chat?
Hello.
The Perry Chan. By the way, your video, I watched it finally yesterday. The full Ryandla.
Oh.
What scares
that was
me
horrific.
about that video is that his face fit so well on her body. That was terrifying.
Have you seen it, Disparu?
I have. It was horrifying.
Yeah.
Nobody
It was
needs.
horrifying.
Yeah, nobody needs to be that confused.
Yeah. I just like the ling bling part.
Bling, bling, special bling, bling. There's people like, that was weird. Are you guys okay? Watch the hot chick, you uncultured people. Come on.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider. It's a me.
How dare you?
Jessica.
How dare it's me. Just
I'm really wondering why a load of
I
blokes
do.
haven't seen a movie called The Hot Chick. It's like,
Nah,
well, don't you want to see a movie called The Hot Chick?
yeah,
as a
really though.
man?
Think about it.
well, it depends if it's just got lesbian space witches in it.
Oh my god, that is so true. Lesbian space witches make
They're
every
all the
movie.
rage right now.
They're
Well, you'd think they'd make everything better, but it has been proven otherwise.
Which space witches, like which coven was really good? Lesbian coven? Is that a Buffy thing?
No, so it wasn't. It was just two characters, and it wasn't like their whole identity. They just happened to be, witches.
Oh, Allison's character, Allison
Allison
Hannigan,
Hannigan
a
ends
lesbian witch.
Yeah,
I liked her.
she cool. I like Allison Hannigan.
She
What's up, Blams? Oh, ew.
Ooh.
That's actually says in their sleep.
Yeah. Alone in my sleep.
Oh,
Oh, apparently. So last night we were hanging
2
out with
nights
Black,
ago, 3 nights ago.
and she said at 2 a.m. I like rolled over and moaned.
But like, I didn't hear it. I was asleep.
And all I said was,
We broke this for hold on.
super Asian, you know?
And she went. She's having a great time.
Well, I mean, it's been a month since you've been in Canada.
Well, that's the thing. It's just it's about to happen. Oh, I said it wasn't farts, it was burps. Okay, psychotic mongoose. But yeah, it's been a month. I'm ready to go home. I'm not gonna lie, Wicked has a lot of mannerisms that are very similar to Mark because they're Italian.
I still think so. She feels at home.
She takes her leg off.
No,
Just,
I've tried stealing her right leg. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I keep tugging. It's like nothing happens.
the tendons are strong.
But we've had a really good week.
Yes.
And Disparu, it seems like you had a good week. Anything big to tell?
Yeah. What's been going
The
on in your
audience?
life?
Yes. Well, it just came out today that, well, yesterday I said he was leaving FNT, and I will be replacing him as the host of FNT going forward.
Yay! Oh my God, what do
And
we have to play for this?
The channel hit, I think it was yesterday, just went over 250k as well. So, like, both things happened at the same time.
Oh my god, congratulations!
Wow.
You know what?
Love it.
This deserves this.
Saucy.
And
Saucy.
Damn.
A double whammy, saucy damn.
damn for
Saucy
sure.
damn. No, congratulations. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you.
proud of you.
Congrats.
Don't
Yeah,
leave
I mean, I
us
seem to
though.
hit a milestone
leave
every
us, though.
time
We
one of
need
my
you here.
franchises gets destroyed. So, you know.
How about
It's like
you
as my
leave
childhood
Saucy?
burns.
He doesn't drink on FNT like he does on Saucy.
So he ain't leaving Saucy because
I
he
don't
gets,
think
he gets to have his whiskey and yell at people on here.
I mean, you can still yell at people on FNT. I think it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. We'll get to some of the super chats, but first, Psychotic Mongoose, congrats, Disparu for £2. Thank
Cheers,
you.
Psycho.
Thanks everyone in the chat with the congratulations.
Yes. Also, yes, I'm gonna be stuck with Disparu 2 times a week at least.
It's true.
She can't wait.
Over here. I feel like you don't remember how to work.
No, I do. I just let me finish up.
Like,
I'm
it's a
so
weird
like
computer.
drained. It's been a long week. Like I'm having fun, but I'm just tired. Cajun Corey for 5. Thank you, Corey. What did Master Yoda say when he saw himself on a 4K TV? HDMI.
I get it.
HDMI. Like I'm HD, but in Yoda
Oh
time.
yeah, am I? Yeah.
Wow. I'm the one who's tired and I had to explain it to these guys.
Wow.
Wow, for
That
once.
was a little funny. Okay.
That was a good one, Corey.
I was thinking because I understood the am I bit, and I didn't. I was kind of overthinking the HD. It's like, no, you just take it literally. It's easy.
Overthinking.
Yeah.
I just didn't get any of it at all.
Like, what does any of it mean? What does it all mean? Graph web for
The numbers
$2. For F's sake, cancel Disney Plus.
Yes.
This was like, oh, actually, I don't think he has it. So never mind.
Well, I do because the Acolyte's on. When the Acolyte
We
finishes,
need
I
it
won't.
for Acolyte.
And then they're coming up with what's next? Agatha in another couple of months.
Oh yeah, we saw this
yeah.
little sneak peek thing, whatever of that.
Looking into a
and-
hole. It was like the Acolyte all over again.
Thank you for the Canadian 5. Evening, saucy ladies, and Disparu loved your Tifa and Pirate Queen cosplays, ladies. Wow, that was hard to
thank
get.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that when you were looking at all the knitted toys or whatever, and then you just put it on you and you just got a pirate hat on. I didn't know.
Pirate cosplay is my
I was
favorite.
like, oh, that's random.
It's a very comfy.
You know
looking
what?
one.
It's comfy. I got compliments to this one chick. Like, do you guys know that meme where like that little black boy, like, or no, it's a little like white boy looks up the black woman up and down, like sideways, like, okay, like, yeah, like it was funny. Some like girl, like lady, did that to me. Like she looked me up and down first, and for a minute I thought she was judging me, and then she walked up and she was like, "You look stunning." I was like,
Yeah.
"Thanks." I don't know. It was funny.
This is my first time being asked to stop to take pictures in a cosplay. So that was like,
Yeah, they're like, Tifa,
I'm
Tifa.
like,
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, on Wicked, it's like, can you take a photo? And Wicked suddenly went, "Don't worry, I'll get out of your way." It's like, no, with you.
Oh yeah, see, I
but that was fun to be to have a different type of hat on at a con where you're more of a fan.
Yeah, I like doing that.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer going to the smaller ones. The one thing I will say about the Nickel City Con is that it started very, very small, and then it started getting bigger. And then after COVID, unfortunately, it's smaller now. They still, they're still doing great, but they were getting big names like William Shatner and like the Sopranos cast and stuff. And they were really doing well. Then COVID just kind of, they'll build it back up. It just sucks that they have to because they were just gaining like momentum the year before it happened.
Yeah.
It
was really nice.
was nice though. Yeah, it was very chill. I like the smaller ones like that. Sneaky saying hello.
Your smaller ones will be like any of them over here because most people won't fly to come over to the con, so we
Yeah.
only really have local kind of people.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll go.
Super cool meeting y'all today. Having so much fun out here at the con. Oh, you're still
Good.
there? Nice.
Good. It was nice meeting you too.
Yes, it was
Love
so
this
nice.
Scorpion cosplay.
Yeah, that was so cool. And Duppy gifted a membership. Thank you,
Yes,
Duppy. Vimaran for 5. Anyone drinking along, or am I going single player? Got hard seltzers. And
We're drinking.
yeah, I
I'll have to
got
go get ice soon, probably.
Don't tell X-Wing. And what is that? Singleton?
Singleton, he's got a good one. You're celebrating
Yeah, this is-
today.
Well, it's the same bottle as it's the same thing as last week, but different bottle.
I love a good single malt.
You
That's
know
how
why I
you have to
originally
do
bought
it.
this? I looked at the label and it says luscious nectar. I'm like, those absolute like pretentious arseholes. There's no way it'll be that nice, and it's my favorite one since.
Luscious nectar. Of what?
Well, it was just a description of like their way of describing the whiskey, but
Oh.
it did seem like you've really overhyped this, and then I kind of agree with them.
It is luscious nectar.
Yeah, it's my favorite whiskey.
There we go.
You got his favorite.
If you guys ever want to get Disparu a nice gift, get him a Singleton 12-year.
Well, it is one of those things I'm not that fussy on.
Just not progressive.
That's why I kind of rotate around
Or
what's
new
on kind of
because-
sale out of several ones.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a week for all of us. Exciting week for Disparu. Exciting for all of us. It's been really nice spending time with Xray, but I'm tired. Traveling, staying at hotels and stuff. And then after this, I have some family stuff that I gotta do. And I'm like, I can't wait to just get home and go in my bed.
I'm
and go to
missing
sleep.
home.
Yeah. It'll be about 3 weeks total that I'll be gone. So
Yup. But yeah, we got some good toppies for us.
yeah.
We got,
oh yeah, we have topics. I forgot the
we
show
do
has
have
topics
topics.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Acolyte-ish, if we want to talk about that a bit. Agatha. Oh my god. That picture that came out is it
Well,
looks like cosplay, but not good cosplay, like the level of cosplay I do.
Yeah, not
The-
like
the
our cosplays were professional.
The question with Agatha, though, is just why? No one watched that show and picked Agatha out as some amazing character they wanted to see more of. She was
I
just kind of
agree. I agree.
a side character that was there.
I just the only thing I liked was the song. It was kind of funny and kind
The
of
Agatha all along one.
But I wouldn't be like, I need to hear this. It's not a banger. It was Agatha all
No, and she's
along.
just kinda generic. She's just got kind of magic that could do whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
I know, that
Nothing's
makes it
nailed down. There's no
easy.
rules.
That's what they do though. Just like what they did with Ant-Man in the comics, he can't grow. Like this is just like another part of it. But I'm just saying they use him getting big so often. In the comics, he could like die if he does it too much. But it's like, oh, hey, we can't beat Captain America. Just have Ant-Man grow and pick him up and throw him. Or like it's boring to just have an easy way out. And I actually with the WandaVision series, I actually liked it in the beginning. I thought the idea was kind of cool. Like, oh, what are they? Because we didn't know what was actually happening yet. And I liked the take of like different sitcoms throughout the years and generations and stuff. And then they just didn't stick the landing with that one.
Yeah, it was quite interesting and like nostalgic because
Yeah.
the way it was filmed, edited, the way they even talked, the writing, it just fit in each decade so well. And then yeah, to
And
have that.
Agatha was just the twist. It was it's Agatha all along. She did all of this stuff. It's like, yeah, okay. The moment that's happened, I don't care about you anymore. You've already served your purpose. And then they had some kind of magic BS fight where we just spin around in the sky or something. It's like, how do you even build a series out of that? Why do you
know, I
anyone
know.
want it?
And Monica Rambeau walked through a force field. She probably got threaded by the force and then
Well, she
became
got
powerful.
affirmed into
I don't know
superpowers.
what that means.
No, she got the thread force baby in her.
Yeah,
Oh,
but she got affirmed while it was happening. There was voices as she was walking through, and she's like, "You're amazing. You can do it. You can be whatever you want to be." And she got superpowers as they're telling her how great she is.
like
Maybe that was the start of Black Girl Magic.
Well, no, that's a real world group. I don't know if people realize that, but it was because I looked. It was it was in an article. So then I looked up the group, and it is like an old feminist group that was specifically for it. So even him shouting that out was actually political messaging. It's just most people,
That totally
involved
went
in it.
over my head.
went over everyone's, I think.
Like it definitely went over my head.
Be back
quite
in
a
30
bit.
seconds.
Oh God. You can take 38 seconds if you'd like.
No, there's like something.
No, exactly 36. The same as.
Yeah, we're affording you the same thing.
But, like, if they'd taken Vision and given Vision his own series, you would have
I
been like, well, at
would've
least he's a
loved
major
that.
character.
But like before Vision, died. But I guess fake Vision we could do a one with fake Vision now.
Yeah, he like had all of his memories.
Well, yeah, and this is you could literally do anything. It's a multiverse. Just do it in a
That's
different
true.
universe.
They're possibly doing that with Deadpool and Wolverine. It sounds like from the trailer that Wolverine is from another universe.
He's from another world, yeah. It's like, I've already destroyed my world. Yeah, but you can save mine.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, this is almost becoming tiresome. This like
multiverse
do-over. It's not the multiverse, it's the do-over by grabbing another character and using them. It's like, okay, so we'll never see the death of any character at that rate. And
Yeah,
it's boring. It's old.
I think it's just a cheap way to explain them not caring about continuity. So because they make all their movies separately and they don't like join them together in any way, when they obviously don't fit together, they can just go, well, you know, it was in a different universe. Yeah, Secret Invasion wasn't talking about that Earth, it was talking about a different Earth in a different world. And it just becomes a catch-all excuse for anything.
Well, and did you ever watch the Flash show where they had
Yes.
like Earth 1, Earth
Mhm.
52, but they were, you know, specific about where these ones came from?
Yeah.
I kind of like that because then you can't fall into that trap of, okay, we can't just pull a Flash from every different universe. It doesn't always make sense in that way.
And they also, in that, they put limitations on it. So for most of the series, he just wasn't fast enough to reach those other universes. And so it was only as he like powered up into the later one could he go wherever he wanted, whenever he wanted. So at first it was like an accident threw him into one, and he had to use Supergirl to get him back and stuff. And really, I do think the reason why that worked is because they used it for specific events. So one was like where it was the same versions of them, but they were all evil, which is a cool idea. Or Supergirl isn't linked to us, but she is now, and so we can bring in another character from our same series over here. So there was reasons behind it. It wasn't a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, whereas it feels like a get out of jail free. Oh, we need a big character back. So it's just from this other world. We'll just pull them from here. But what about that world then? You're leaving that world just to save another one, but also maybe abandon it? I don't know. It just feels so cheap.
Yeah, and they kind of act as if, oh, well, this is Wolverine. You must care about Wolverine, right? It's Wolverine. It's like, no, that's an entirely different person. He's just got blades in his hands, but he's not the Wolverine that I know from the lore that we built up with the stories that we got attached to. It's like if you took a person and cloned him, well, you're not going to care about that clone just because he's got the same face. You have to give me a reason to.
Yep.
And it was in the comics too that there's other Earths, you know, so they took, you know what I mean? They took the blueprint of what they don't do now, good stories, and worked from that. So that was interesting. But now it's just like, oh, we're going to go to a whole nother timeline and pluck you from there so you're not actually dead.
Yeah.
No stakes.
Well, that's the whole thing, like rebooting the universe, which I've heard was done in the comics as well, where they were like, the lore's got too complicated. Let's just reset everything. I don't even like that idea, even from comics. I think you should have one timeline, it's always together, everything links together, and that's it. Because that's what Star Trek was. I mean, well, okay, Star Trek had another timeline as well.
I never watched
the mirror universe where everyone was evil. But again, I kind of like that, where you've got all the characters you know, but in this, they're evil. That kind of like that. So
there's some sort of parallel to it that's different, but understandable. Whereas it's just like, I'm supposed to just believe that this is gonna work. Okay.
Yeah, and a mirror universe is very different than a multiverse. It's like, well, there's only one more, and it's the opposite of yours. So if you're good in one, you're probably evil in the other, that kind of thing.
I just don't know why they were like, you know what, we need an Agatha show.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't
like,
know.
Nobody cared about her character.
That was a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah,
because she wasn't that interesting, like you said. But they're trying to make her like she's super OP because she can just do anything with her magic. So I feel like the show is going to be boring because as soon as something doesn't go her way, she's just going to snap her fingers and it's going to go her way, and there's going to be no consequences.
sounds like a woman.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. At least it'll be realistic.
Well, I guess we know who.
Oh my god, the story we were gonna tell you.
Oh yeah, we were getting ready to tell this real story before we went.
Oh
live.
yeah.
Yeah,
I had forgotten about
being
that.
a woman.
Speaking of being a woman, I think someone tried to snatch us.
Well, okay, so we were leaving a bar today in the Buffalo area.
Yeah, we got some wings.
And we were kind of in our I call it our half cosplay outfits.
Just another word buffalo wing.
They don't fly.
Point
And we
to the
were
buffalo.
waiting. Yeah, we chopped them off so they can't fly, okay?
Yeah.
And we were just waiting for our Uber, and this guy comes up and is like, "Hey, I can be your Uber." And we're like, "Uh-huh." He's like, and you know the best part? I'm free.
But he kept trying. We're like, no, thanks.
No,
He's like,
thank
you're gonna
you.
go with someone you don't know. Like he thought that he had Riz and he was really trying, but it was weird. And he was pretty drunk. He's like,
Oh, that's exactly what you want, isn't it? A drunk driving Uber.
I know, right?
He knows how to
He
sell
feels
himself.
So safe just going with this random guy. He's like, you feel safer with someone you don't know in Uber than me. We're like, we don't know you.
We don't know you.
Do you feel
And,
safer
like,
with a
luckily,
sober
we were
Uber
gonna
than a
go-
drunk one? Yes, actually.
We were gonna go back inside the restaurant, but like you know how Uber like shows you where your car is, and I seen him like getting ready to come up the street, and he's like you can have my passport. Like yeah, I don't know, you sound
He
weird
was like,
stuff.
here's like, I
was-
have my passport, so you know I'm ready for anything crazy. And he pulls out a passport, and it's like tattered all on the side.
She's
like,
like, do you want to touch it?
Do you want to see it? And I'm like, no.
She's like, no, keep your.
Keep
Pass-
your
What does that
dirty
even mean? I have my passport, so you know I'm ready for anything crazy. Unless he means traveling to a
know.
different country, which is the only
I
reason you'd
thought
use
he
a
was from
passport.
Canada, so I was gonna be like, I'm Canadian. Ha, ha, ha.
But yeah, no, he was like F no.
Yeah, I think that if we went, we would have been like in the newspaper the next day.
Oh yeah, I would never.
Yeah,
Obviously,
the moment
not
you get in
never
that car,
get a
you can
with a
lock the
stranger,
doors.
but
That's it.
It was just weird. And then he even said, like, what do you think I'm gonna like
kill
kill
you.
you? And
And
we're like, you might.
You might. I'm like, why did you go there all of a sudden?
I know. Like, okay, just go. He finally went,
What-
and then like the Uber driver was this nice older guy. When he pulled up, we told him in the car, like, this guy was like being weird. He's like, yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. So sorry about that, because he saw a second of it, like when he was pulling up. So
I mean,
weird.
that is
though.
like walking into a shop and going, "Don't worry, folks, I'm not going to steal anything." It's like, well, I wasn't thinking you were going to do it
Don't
until you said
worry,
it.
I'm not a thief.
No, I will. I will say that having your passport on you when you're drunk in like Europe can genuinely end up in weird situations because you can just fly to France or whatever, and that has happened. People end up in foreign countries.
Wait, did you do that? Did you do that?
I haven't done that, but I've met people that have. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's not that unusual because someone will just be like, "We should just go to Germany," and it's like, "Yeah," and then off they go because it's like a
30
half an hour
euro
flight, so
ticket.
it's not that big a deal, you know. But if you're in America, you don't generally just fly to a different nation.
He
on a
was
12-hour
passport, bro.
Oh my god.
He's like, but bro, I got a passport.
yeah. So that was our being a woman
that's-
story. That honestly, that is the type of interaction I'll say that. Okay, if you get a little bit of a negative like hesitancy,
Just
maybe
keep going.
stop,
You shot your shot. Good for
It's
you.
just-
which is
Keep it going
fine.
with
And
anything,
I
yeah.
don't think we were mean about it. We were just like, oh no, we're
I was
waiting for
getting,
Uber.
I was getting it though. I was being quiet.
If
I'm
he wasn't
not
gonna
nice-
leave.
I'm not nice when like you say no and then someone keeps trying because like I've had issues where guys think like, oh, I love when a girl plays hard to get, and I'm like, no, I'm playing get the F away from me. Like, get out of my face. Like, I've
I
been
can
mean
totally see
before. I've been mean before, but like when you're nice, like, no, thank you, and then they don't go away. It's like, get out of my face.
The reason why
Go.
that happens
This
though
my
is
signature
because
move. Like when I used to go
this
out with girlfriends, my signature move was this. Like, because I'd be nice, like get away, and then when they're like, you know, being pushy, I'm like, scoot, scoot.
but the reason why that happens is there's loads of videos, you easily find them, of someone going, you know, this guy was coming on to me and, you know, I thought he was cute and stuff, but then I told him I wasn't interested and he left. And everyone's like, yeah?
Yeah, see that.
And she's like, why didn't you just try harder? It's like, you told him you weren't interested. You told him no, so he left, and you're complaining. So, you know.
Well, there was that girl that was like, "Oh, I told you that I didn't want to have sex, but I'll come over and hang out." He's like, "You didn't even try. You told
Yep,
me you didn't."
let's get those as well, yeah.
Hell,
And she's like, I feel ugly now. Like, what?
you didn't
you-
even
you
try.
you set the rules. He abided. What's the problem there? And then
What
you
I
get
mean,
the
what's he
whole
supposed to do?
happen.
Like, risk a criminal charge just to see if you like? Come on, what a stupid comment. But that's the whole thing. She couldn't even see it from the bloke's point of view at all. Like, it was all, well, it's what I want, and he should have read my mind. And she couldn't even think that by doing that and wanting him to do that, I've put him in a significant risk. And so he's just like, no, you're not worth it.
Yup, dating be hard. Girls are crazy. Some of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that I had made it easier, but then again, I'm one against millions,
My-
billions.
Mark pops in and be like, "Yep, love you, honey."
Hey, that's a good thing, honey. Like when like this. No,
You try too hard, you get cops. That's good. Yeah, I mean, that could happen. Like, no, I understand. There's nothing wrong with a guy trying, but when you're told no, go. You don't keep trying.
That
Like, come
rhymed.
on. I'm a poet.
And you just didn't know it.
I'm a lyrical genius.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mini Eminem.
Maybe.
Hey, he is a lyrical genius
He
for
is.
sure. I would love to be a mini Eminem.
That's me.
Unfortunately, I'm not good at rapping either.
So you mean the chocolate?
Absolutely. Deacon Dane for 5 says, "Congrats, Disper, on your promotion."
Yeah, cheers. Let's do
Yeah,
a
cheers, dude.
cheers for Disparu. Come here, lift it up, Disparu.
Mm. Love
My lemon
Lee.
truly hard seltzer.
So
Ooh.
I'm gonna show the
The
article.
flashbacks of that.
What?
Truly.
I love
Truly.
Yeah, oh my god, this one's better than the one we had though. I will
That
say.
wouldn't be hard.
Blue raz.
The
I could
blue
pee in a
red.
cup.
Hey.
Hey.
Pee is gross. This is not. At least this one isn't.
They're at least equally gross.
Okay, so Agatha all along since the MCU villain gathered.
I'm gonna do the clicking thing in a second. Oh no,
Batman?
he didn't.
Through a cat. Here, just be.
Yippee, come on. I have a treat for you.
Now he's a squirrel. You gotta have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Disparu
Arudai said he ate a squirrel. I was like, what?
Wait, Disparu got a squirrel pregnant.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, that squirrel is an absolute unit. The size of the thing. How on earth does that climb a tree?
Wait, let me see if I can find the squirrel picture.
Good luck.
I don't think it'd be that much
chat
higher.
Quite a bit in the saucy chat.
No, I don't think we did.
Oh, I saw the pregnant squirrel. I found it. This is the squirrel he impregnated. We don't know how many babies he's gonna have, but you know.
Congratulations.
I mean, look at
double
the size
time.
of that thing.
Congrats.
How does that
Disparu.
climb a tree?
I don't know. Like the arms are not as like it can't extend past the belly.
Yeah, you can't even reach the tree.
Yeah.
It looks really proud of itself though. It's just sitting there going, "Yeah, look at my stomach."
It's beautiful. I'm happy for you, Disparu. You got a promotion and a baby.
I mean, this proves right. That is one chunky
It
squirrel.
is.
So how, like, the muscles on that thing must be pretty.
Is there a video of the squirrel climbing a tree?
I would love to see it.
Oh,
That's brutal. Oh my god, there's there's a video of a squirrel biting someone. Is that what happened to you? Is that how you turned into a squirrel, man? Did you get bit by a squirrel?
I have had a squirrel bite me, but only because it was too enthusiastic for the food and missed.
We had a very sassy squirrel. We went to the zoo. The squirrel that was eating popcorn. I think we might have sent you a picture, maybe Xray did. But a squirrel broke into the popcorn bag. And we told the person at the concession stand, like, you know, this one got open, so they took it away. And then we tried to shoo it away. It went on another one, and it did, like, fought back. Basically, it did not go.
Yeah.
It took
Well,
more popcorn. It was like, no, I want the fresh popcorn. And
There's a reason why
it was like, it happens all the time.
There's a reason why there's so many anti-squirrel bird feeders, and they just all fail.
Oh, there's 2 squirrels every morning at Kara's yard.
Before
You and your Uncle Earl.
Before I moved, I had like a big like country kind of like backyard forest and stuff, and I had bird feeders, and the birds actually broke it from like chipping at it. Like in the winter, it was cold, so like the feed froze, and they broke the top part. I ended up getting a new one, but before I got a new one, I look outside, and there is this chunky squirrel, not as chunky as that one, stuck inside the feeder.
Yeah, because they go down
no.
inside.
I was like, dude, for real, why did you do this to yourself? It ended up getting out. Like, I'm not gonna go touch it. It'll get out. But we had to like take it down, and we just ended up knocking the glass off because it was like one of those glass ones where it comes out around, and the birds were trying to get it because it was stuck frozen. Like what's like yeah. I also caught one spinning, got stuck, and it was just spinning on the feeder.
There's
I
a
was
gif of that, of it like accelerating until it flies off.
That is hilarious.
What you have to do is put like Vaseline up the base of it so that the squirrels, they can't climb up. If you put Vaseline, they just slide down.
Oh.
Yeah. I
People
tried to get
underestimate-
no more squirrels.
People underestimate their jumping ability and climbing up other things abilities.
Well,
So a lot
where
of
I've
time they
had it, there was nothing for it to jump from. Like it was just no trees or anything by there. But yeah, no, they're resilient. They still would come up because like when the birds take it and they'd run away, some seeds fall.
Where
So-
there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Stop.
It was just funny too. Like I'm sitting there with my coffee, like, beautiful morning, and then a fat squirrel stuck in my bird feeder.
Like, just imagine it.
successful
And then another
squirrel.
time, one's just spinning. It wouldn't stop spinning. The squirrel's just holding on. I was like, what the frig? What is happening? These squirrels are on crack.
I have
Yeah,
seen a
blind
drunken squirrel as
squirrel.
well. There was a woman who filmed, she'd left like pumpkins out in her garden and they'd rotted and fermented, and then the squirrel had come along and eaten them, and it was drunk.
Huh?
So it was trying to climb this tree, and it'd like climb up a bit and then fall backwards.
Oh
and
my
then kind of just
god.
land there,
Poor
and then
squirrel.
roll around a bit, and then try again and fall that way. It was like off its face.
They're just like humans. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Agatha all along sees the MCU villain gather her own group of covenless witches. This picture,
What a varied group of people.
very diverse.
Of course,
Mhm.
Disney.
And they're probably all lesbians, you know.
Probably.
Probably. Hopefully. Do you feel at home, Disparu, with your lesbian witches?
Not if they look like that.
Oh,
They gotta be pretty lesbian witches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got to at least make them attractive.
They gotta at least have big bobs.
big bobs, the bigger the better. So yada 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 yada. And so she won't be alone, as you'll see above in our exclusive first look
Oh,
image.
they've
Agatha
even
all
put it in
alone.
their description.
What?
A disparate mixed bag of witches. Because they didn't want to say diverse, but they wanted to say it.
I thought you said desperate.
Well, probably that as well, let's be honest.
A disparate mixed bag of witches. So I guess we got Patty Lapone's Lilia, Sashir Zamata's Jennifer, Deborah Jo Rupp's Sharon, and Ali Ann's Alice. Okay. What they have in common is that they're covenless witches. So a bunch of miscreants come together to make a coven. Like,
It's like your
apparently
average girl's night out.
girls who are alone finding each other and making a family. Like, I feel like they're trying to say some allegory for it. Like,
One of them was
That's
buying
the
a
future
car
of the
with
West.
birthday.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like you can make a family out of nothing. It's fine, okay? Witches are defined by deception, treachery, villainy, and selfishness. What do you do?
Just
You have a group of witches who demonstrate these notions, and you need to work together. A whole bunch of chaos magic you'd expect.
It's chaos magic.
So I
Robin.
guess this is kind of embracing a lot of stereotypes.
What did they even tell us in that? At no point have they told us anything about the story, the setting, the world, what they're going to do. That entire paragraph basically just goes, they're witches.
they're
They're
Which everyone already
witches.
knew anyway.
There's nothing. Yeah, they're covenless witches, which I don't really care about.
Well, they're not, because they're in a pissing coven.
They're making a coven. Yeah, like the covenless witches come together to form a not coven because they're coven.
Well, I think we're doing like better writing already.
Yeah, we are totally. It's good.
It's just, you'd think the first thing you'd say is, like, this is a coven of witches, this is happening, and they need to do this. Like, you give the setting, the world, what they're trying to achieve, some kind of motivation behind it. Like, why should I tune in when all you've got is, oh, they're witches. And, well, they're a disparate mix of witches.
No, they're
Okay.
diverse witches. Okay, you should care because they're diverse.
They're diverse. So I will say though, I do like Deborah Jo Rupp. She's Kitty from that '70s show, Kitty Foreman.
Oh, really?
I like her, but
I like Kitty, but I don't really care about her in this.
no, not at all. I'm not even gonna attempt. Like I
Like-
checked out of.
Like you
all
can
this
get
stuff.
like Rachel McAdams in this, and I still won't like it. You
No.
can get
Oh,
I mean, I love Rachel McAdams. Okay.
What's the matter, Disparu? Do we
I've
just
just
push a
read
button?
the paragraph.
Oh,
Oh.
he's reading ahead.
Okay, he's doing his
Well-
homework too fast now. Slow
Well,
down,
it's because they've gone. It's a riff on all kinds of witchy lore. WandaVision played from classic sitcoms, and it's like we play with assumptions about what witches are. Firstly, witches don't exist, so you can't make assumptions about them. What you're referring to is witch lore. These are the facts of what witches are. But we're not going to have that. We're going to look at the shorthand visuals for witches, and we didn't want them to be one-dimensional nasty witches, so we'll have moments where we see Agatha's true heart. It's like, Agatha is evil. She is an evil witch. She is the one-dimensional nasty witch.
She had something bad happen to her. I bet a man broke her heart, and now she's
This is what it's going to be. She's a villain, but she's also sympathetic, and it's every other Marvel show.
And that's why
all
this
over
is
again.
boring. We can't have like multiverse and evil people just be evil, and it's all formulaic at this point, and we can see through it, and no one wants to see the same thing over and over again, where it ends in disappointment. It's like a bad relationship. Get the F out of there. Otherwise, the same thing's gonna happen again. Everyone knows it.
Well, with Scarlet Witch, they showed you a show which was from the villain's perspective. And how did it end? Well, after she'd taken a load of people hostage and put them through agony for months or whatever it was she was in there, including children, they'll never know what you sacrificed for that. You put them through hell. And then in the movies, they're just like, oh yeah, we're not going to blame you for that. And so what you do, you go from that to another show where you're also focusing on the villain as the main character. And rather than show us just her being evil, no, you've got to see her good side. And we'll never know what she sacrificed for that. And, it is the worst kind of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Just have her being a cow. Just have her revel in it. If you're gonna have a villain as a hero, just have her be evil.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather watch Lesbian Witch Show starring Disparu because he likes The Secret Circle, and that was a good show, so he would know what to do. It was. We bonded over that. Like, I couldn't believe it was funny because, like, I'm a girl, so it shouldn't be that surprising that I watch a show like this. But it wasn't really like a female-centered show. You would just think like a witch show called Secret Circle would just be for girls.
And those were the
you
those
watched
were the days.
it? What? I've never met
those-
anybody else that watched that.
But those were the
That's not a
days.
freaking cliffhanger.
Like the originals or Vampire Diaries or anything else, though, where the women in it were attractive. So you actually had a reason why the men would watch a show like that. And now
Haley was in Secret Circle, right?
Wait, Haley was in Secret Circle?
Haley was a wolf one, and yeah, she was. She was
I
younger.
love Haley.
It's
It's
really
pretty.
She is. It's a good show, and I don't know what happened. I looked into it.
it was too
a while
expensive,
ago.
I heard.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it was a good show. It's a good show.
And it ended on a cliffhanger as well. It was like her father's just come back.
A big bad like warlock, whatever. I don't know what word it would be. Like, what they were using in that show. It's been so long.
Dang. Yeah, sexy witches are the best. You should only have sexy witches. It all makes sense.
Yes. And what have they got in this? A load of old middle-aged women. It's like, childless, single, middle-aged women. This is basically, I don't even know who the writers are for this, but it's probably just them, I would imagine.
Oh. But they need to. Well, if I was a witch and I had the powers to make myself look better, I would.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like at the in The Boys where the shapeshifter was like a fat whatever.
I could not. I literally.
I would be so fat and then just end up being a skinny hot girl or something for the rest of my life. You know?
See if I can work out how to share this.
Mm-hmm. And then while you're doing that, I'll read the rest of the paragraph. Yeah. We certainly didn't want a one-dimensional nasty witch. Okay. We'll have moments where we see Agatha's true heart. Maybe it won't entirely be pitch black after all. Ugh, boring.
I've shared the writers with my previous points that they've just put themselves in the show and writing about themselves. Single middle-aged women.
Some of them are kind of cute.
Aubrey Plaza's the writer in this? I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, this is what's come up. I don't know how accurate all of them are individually. It's
Emma
just a
Caulfield from Buffy.
Didn't they say Ali On is in the show?
I know, we gotta get closer. Hold on, that's a good idea.
I mean, I could I can confirm it. It's just that this is the first search. So, but I can go on IMDb and try and confirm it.
That is. I think we're gossiping with Disparu.
Disparu, tell us all the hot goss.
So what's going on in the UK right now?
Mhm.
Well, I was going to
Who
say,
do
if
you
you
like?
want hot goss about these people, I'll be like, no.
Now, how many cats
These shouldn't
do
be
you
allowed near
have?
entertainment. You've aged out of entertainment at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do. There was a voice actor we were in like a Q&A today, and he even said it too. I've basically aged out of Hollywood, but I can still do voice acting. Doesn't matter how old I am, as long as I do good work.
There are parts for like older women, like, you know, the mothers and all that kind of stuff. It's just you in your personal life are supposed to have moved into a new role. You are no longer like the bombshell which all the guys are after. You're now supposed to be the mom who's raising kids, or the grandparent who's raising kids of kids. You know, that kind of thing. You've now moved on to a different part of your life, and your roles do the same thing. But everybody else is still supposed to have all of the hot people in the movies. It is so weird to me that now all of a sudden that we've just got ugly people in Hollywood. It is bizarre.
No, that's why we have shows like MILF Manor.
That is true. I mean,
You love MILF Manor.
yeah, but that's basically, they're just like filthy degenerates, and you can be like, you lot have destroyed your life. That makes me feel better about mine. That is the point of that show. It is like, it's everyone at home going, I'm glad I'm not you.
we accept that, and we love that. It's entertaining. It's just these girls have not. Or these women.
People like looking at attractive things. And so when you want to entertainment to escape from things, you don't want to see, like, Sharon, who's 18 stone from down the street. That's no interest in there. But it is just the writers have just put themselves in it.
I need to know how big 18 stone is. 18 stone.
I can't do the conversion. I can't find the writers either.
252 pounds. That's big.
Well, I just chose like a big person, yeah.
Sharon 18 stone. That was stupid, I know.
Dad joke.
Where's Cajun Corey for that? I'm sad to see this, but at the same time, it just means more content for us to watch.
For you guys to watch it and talk about it while I'm confused.
Oh,
well, the interesting part about this as well is it drops a little bit into Rings of Power.
Maybe
So
I'll
it's
watch.
Going to be another double team.
Just to be in with you guys.
Oh my god!
I don't know.
This is
And
going to
it's
be
fun-
entertaining.
Last time Rings of Power was on, it was the same time as She-Hulk, and so this is going to be like the double team of Rings of Power and Agatha.
Oh god! And we don't even have a palate cleanser like House of the Dragon.
It'll be over. Well, I know Disparu doesn't like. Disparu's palate cleansers are things that
very far off. Like
we have different. He has his Korean dramas,
which have attractive people in them.
Did you finish? Wait, did you finish Parasite the Grey yet?
I don't think I finished it. I got most of the way through it. I can't remember why I didn't.
I did. It was good. And just so we're clear, remember I said I thought that it was a remake, like a live action of the anime. No, they're just in the same like timeline, like it's the same world. So the story that I told you about the teenage boy that it got stuck in his hand. Yeah, there's like a nod to the anime in the end of the season. It's probably the series. I don't know if they're gonna make a second season, but finish it. It's good. It ends really well.
If you notice the reaction for like the Rohirrim Lord of the Rings thing, nobody has confidence in it. Like, just leave it alone. We don't want you to do a story over there because you ruin it. But when it's the Koreans, you're like, no, go on. I trust you. That's kind of the difference. Like, they tend to do it well, and they tend to honor what else because they have respect. Like, people over in the West don't have respect anymore, so they don't care. They think they're better than the people that made it. Whereas they're like, no, we like this, and so we're gonna treat it with the care it deserves, and it leads to a different outcome.
Absolutely. Look at manga and the way we have animated manga versus the way we've animated or done of comics. Like, the source material is what we should be using as a blueprint to write stories. But there's some failure to do that. Now we want to put our own spin to it. And then that, for me, it goes, Ding, 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 ding. You're not going to want to watch that.
Mm-hmm. Well, generally they hate the main character. Like the stories that were successful were either, you know, like Black Widow, an attractive woman that used her body to get her own way, but could also kick ass. But because she was attractive, she used the talents that she had in order to kick ass. Or you had men that like embodied sort of masculine values and would just essentially, well, because they embodied masculine values, they had all of the heroic values. So they were kind of stoic. They didn't break down and cry like Cutie Gatwa. They believed in things like duty and honor and loyalty. And the writers hate those people now. And so they're like, well, we can't show you to be good. We don't like you. And so they have to then go over to Black Widow, but they also find her portrayal a problem. So they end up changing everything. And it is literally, it is the people that you're hiring. It's their beliefs, it's their ideology. And I think for a while, people were like, we just want good stories and we think you can write better. And it's like, no, I think it's fundamentally a problem with the person in the company. And so that person can no longer be there.
Mm-hmm. But yet, when you need a man, they are like, men should do this for us.
And I'm like, we don't need a man, but I can't open this pickle jar, so can you? I need help.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's generally we need his wallet and we need his attention and we need his affirmation, but we're also going to crap all over him while he does it because we don't respect him because he gives us all these things when he shouldn't. So
when he shouldn't, but like I'm asking for it, but at the same time, like listen to me, but don't listen to me. It is hard to date women sometimes. I understand.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're really easy to understand. You just stop listening to them. It's like what they say isn't what they want anyway. Mark. So it is a case of if she's like, I just want money, say, but she won't respect you for that. So she'll walk all over you and she'll hate you for it because she didn't actually want you to be submissive towards her in the first place. So if you just don't listen to her, it is a case. I see the same thing. I posted a video about David Tennant, and it is literally he gave this speech after he told one of our MPs that she should vanish, and then had to go, oh, I didn't mean anything horrible. He said that his wife taught him about empathy and caring and all this kind of stuff, and then he goes off and gives this absolutely unhinged, like attacking the fans kind of thing about horrible little effers that are on the internet who need to like disappear, and they're on the wrong side of history. And I'm like, this is your wife which has done this to you. Because he wasn't strong enough to tell her to get stuffed and put her back in a place where she belongs. Like, he's been destroyed by it. So, yeah.
Okay, honey. Mark, I was told I should get stuffed. I'm going to be home soon. Love you.
I'm going to be home soon.
The moment she gets through the door, tell her to start hoovering.
Hey, I'll vacuum if the house is clean when I come home. I'll start from a clean slate.
There is a.
Did you see her Tifa cosplay, Mark? Don't put out the house clean.
Hey, if the house
he probably bought it.
If I come home and the house is clean,
he probably
I will be vacuuming in my Tifa cosplay. I'm just saying.
Well, that defeats the object. No, you tell him that he's going to be throwing stuff on the floor. This needs to be as dirty as possible.
Oh, I need to mop. I'll get on my. Anyways.
This is definitely more of a DM conversation.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
There was, but Steph asked the other day, because she was on about women preferring height in men and stuff, and then she said, "Do men prefer height in women?" And I think I just said something like, "As long as you're taller than the Hoover and the oven, I don't care."
Damn.
Your face.
Oh my God,
Mark gets a. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Check our texts.
Paul Blunt for the Canadian $2.79.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Jeez, oh my God. Congrats on breaking the hotel room stream record. Thanks. We were going for the title. Xray is gonna be leaving me in a couple days, though.
You're gonna miss me. I'm gonna miss you, and then we'll come. We'll see each other soon. Which we've been talking about what we kind of want to do next.
Yeah, we have more plans because this was a lot of fun.
Oh shoot!
So, did you're gonna send all that to Mark?
No,
not an accident. He's listening anyways. He's like, "Why did you send me in the text version what you're saying right now?"
Now definitely check your text. Did
No.
you send me a dirty picture?
I'm not
Oh
looking.
my god.
I'm not looking.
Well, I
Oh
mean, you're
my
you're
God.
flashing wicked
It's a puppy.
apparently.
It's a puppy.
I was scared. She was opening
Yeah.
her.
Was that? She went. Are you flashing me?
Yeah, he's using his mop. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
He's just showing you his third leg, literally.
It's his running leg, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I was particularly happy with my reply to your bookies thing
Yeah,
when
the
you
meme.
you're taking a photograph in front of the car, and it's like by the clothing section. I'm like, you drove into a Bookies, you crashed
Oh
into a
my
Bookies
God.
and took a selfie.
That happens, okay? I had to buy like 3 new cars while we were down here, just so that I could drive all over the states. That was one of them that y'all saw. Just saying. But yeah. Okay. Did you watch the Acolyte? Of
No.
course you did, Disparu. And
Of course
know
I
I
did.
didn't watch it.
I watched.
I watched it at 2
I liked
a.m.
what Disparu said about the haircut thing. I saw the clip for the haircut, and then somebody made an animation for Disparu.
Oh, that was amazing. That I
really
burst
enjoyed
out
that.
laughing when I saw that.
It's on Twitter.
I just thought it was funny because there was this like inconsistency of the lightsaber's existence in the show. It's like, okay, I'm gonna not pull out my lightsaber for a fight,
Mm.
but I'm gonna run around with my lightsaber all over the forest while I'm holding someone to try to keep safe, but I'm holding it and like all over the place.
Can you do your lightsaber sound again?
It's more like you sounded more like a Wookiee.
But like,
I'm running along holding a Wookiee in the air.
When Lord was like running around with like Osha, like he has his lightsaber in his hand. He's not holding it like a sword. He's just like waving it around. I'm like, you're gonna hurt someone.
Yeah, that guy
like
that
that
had his neck
thing.
snapped. All he ever used his lightsaber for was as a torch. Just
torch.
to, oh,
Yeah.
it's dark.
He's a horrible Jedi. I could have done a better job.
They're all a horrible Jedi, to be honest.
I don't-
Apart from the Padawan, who is massively overpowered. But that was
Yeah.
the thing. Everyone was like, "Oh, the fights are amazing," and it's like, no. If you stop being, if you actually concentrate on what's happening and think about the moves as they're happening, rather than just watching people spin, and it's awful. There's even a bit where Sol grabs the guy, grabs his lightsaber, and so this guy is wide open. He's literally like this and being restrained. And the little Padawan kicks him in the chest. I'm like, you've got a lightsaber, just slash him and he'd be gone. But nobody takes opportunities in this. That's why when the guy was headbutting lightsabers and stuff, you see him headbutt the lightsaber, it goes out, and he's got his lightsaber here. He could have just gone like that. The guy's dead. Instead, he turns around and attacks the guy behind him. Oh, no. It's one of those things where if you watch it the first time through, it's fine. But if you have to watch it for a review, it gets worse.
Oh God! And when the line of Jedi, like all, lightsaber turns on, I just think, oh my God, why are you waving it around next to your comrades? That's
Why did you
stupid.
say it like that?
Like you're gonna hurt yourself. Like you shouldn't do that. Like what's wrong with you? And then all I think was,
That's such a motherly instinct, that is.
well,
It's like, no, you're gonna hurt yourself.
well, no, this is me. Like that looks more like a. Well, I made this joke on FNT. This looks like a raid, but without the good drugs. And
Oh, yeah, especially when they're behind the tree and all you see is lightsabers like going like that. It's like, what?
Okay, so I have a question because I don't I don't
Care.
watch it. So what was the point of her cutting her hair off? Like why did she do that?
Okay, so she has an identical twin where it seems that for like however old they are, like 19 years or something, they kept the same hairstyle exactly, except
reason.
for some extensions at the back. Now, these two have impersonated each other in these episodes, and no one noticed that her hair was magically longer than it should have been, which, I mean,
To
you
be
could
fair,
put
he's a
down to
boy.
men not noticing.
He's a boy.
Yeah, like, men don't care about your hair, yeah. But that's what she was doing. She was cutting out the extensions, whatever, then she's got from her identical sister, so she can impersonate her sister. The problem is, she's got a big face tattoo about that big on her face that the other one doesn't have. So, I don't know. She should be spotted immediately.
So they try to do like a Parent Trap thing, but that movie was
That's
way
what
better.
everyone keeps saying, but I've not seen it. But yeah, apparently
You
they've
haven't
just
seen
taken
it?
that.
I've seen both of them, the old one and the one with
Oh,
Lindsay
yeah,
Lohan,
they
where they cut
switched-
their hair
they
and
switched-
pierce their ears.
They switch
Uh-huh.
families.
Yeah, they're twins that found each other, whatever. Not to get
Somehow.
into it, but the one has very long hair and the other one had short hair.
One they had
So-
earrings, so they were like, okay, we need to look like we at least match. So
Yeah.
they as kids, this is crazy, pierced the girl who didn't have earrings.
She did it with an apple in the Lindsay Lohan one.
Well, yeah, because they iced her ear to like
Yeah.
numb it. Ugh. No, thank you. Ugh.
Yeah, anyways, but it's still a better story. I like the
Yeah.
Parent Trap, though. I'm not coming at it, but that's better
Yeah.
what they did, I guess.
It
Kids
makes
did a
more
better
sense in
job
that
than those
movie.
Women.
It
Was a bit-
doesn't make sense when you're in, essentially, a cult of magic wizards who can feel you. And she doesn't
Can
smell
tell
the
that-
same. She won't have the same force
Okay.
powers. This guy is a literal mentor. He's been around her for, like, 15 or 16 years or something.
known.
And he didn't?
He didn't know at all.
He dum-dum.
See, I don't know nothing, so that's why I'm asking
She's got
questions.
a face tattoo. And this guy's been around, like, knows the other one doesn't. It's like, hello?
Hello.
Hello, you look like
Did
me.
Did they think they were doing something cool with that haircut, though? Like, oh, she
Yes.
used her
Oh,
little
100%.
hair. So cool.
It was a major scene. It like, you have to remember, this episode was sort of 80% lightsaber fights. So it was their big one that they were like, yeah, this is what it's all been building up to.
Yeah.
And then after that was over, they did that scene. And when she cuts her hair, she like looks up at the sky and then pauses, and she tries to look like a girl boss for a while. And it's like, you've just had a haircut,
think it's
love. I don't know
epic
whether this is a
looking?
woman thing.
But it's not. Like the one guy used the lightsaber as a boomerang, which I guess, to be fair, I think Ryan Kindle said that was a thing.
Yeah, they can use the force to like push it and pull it,
Which
and it's
is
in games and stuff.
Fine. That's fine. But then when the trees got cut like this,
They fell the wrong
they
way.
fell. Which way would a tree fall if you cut at an angle like this? Would it fall this way or this way?
That way.
So
Yeah.
they fell this way.
Mhm. And they
I'm no
fell the
longer
wrong
Jack,
way
Like,
because
kind
if
of
they fell the
visit,
other
like,
way, they'd
you
fall
fall
on the
off.
Jedi.
gravity. I don't even know what I'm saying now, but like, they couldn't even get that right. Okay.
No,
They don't know physics.
Did she take a bow after the haircut scene?
no, but she kind of like stares at the sky as if because she goes like that, and she's like, oh, I like as if she's done something amazing, and
My
then
hair's
kind of
so much-
slowly comes
so
down,
much
and it
lighter
is
now.
just Leslie Headland with it. This makes you look like a badass, and everyone
You
else
know-
is cringing.
I'm surprised she didn't do. What's that commercial where herbal essences when they make the like the like this and they're like screaming as if they're like about to
She's
orgasm.
got the that one,
I'm
yeah.
surprised she didn't do that at that rate.
That was how probably the audition.
Oh God. Leslie
No,
had
but-
the black leather couch.
It has
Oh.
been interesting to hear Leslie Edden give interviews about how all these people have been hired. Because it's basically, I was watching TV the other night, and I saw them on this TV, and so I asked them. It's
And I
how-
seen that it wasn't a white man, so I was like, you fit it.
Yeah, I mean, she saw Amandla in a movie, asked her. She saw Soul in Squid Game, asked him. She saw the Sith dude in another TV show that she was watching at home, asked
Well,
him.
just wait,
That's how
just
she
when you
recruits.
start watching YouTube, you might be next.
Well, yeah,
She's
I
like,
could
you on
join the
YouTube.
witches.
He needs to be a part of this coven.
British and a lesbian. Her favorite.
Her favorite.
Get down with the thread. Yeah. Well, you do realize that in episode 3 there was a YouTuber in that episode.
No, I did not.
Uh-huh.
Which
Yeah.
it
Oh.
makes me sad that that's how they hire people. Like not talent, it's just her. She's on a dating game essentially.
Well,
Leslie Headland.
Even that was sending a message because that was a planet of witches. Witches, obviously all women. The YouTuber, possibly a bit spicier.
Oh, like a adult corn star.
No. Let's just say if that YouTuber can get on the space planet of witches, then I could.
Transitioned.
Well, yeah. If you want to just run.
No, I'm actually not getting it. I'm dumb.
No, you did. You did get it.
Oh, yes! It's red!
Here I am trying to dance around the words for YouTube. And you're like, no, what?
They were a transitioner. Cool. Okay.
Transformer.
The weird thing was as well,
Disgust.
they spoke about how sort of important it was to them, the role, and how much they got to learn about the character. And as far as I'm aware, they're in exactly one scene in the background for like 7 seconds or something. I'm like, how on earth did you learn anything about that character? I don't think you spoke.
They embodied it. There was like, I'm
True.
affirming myself by being this character.
They should have cut their hair. They would have felt even better.
But
Not
just
much
for
better.
the power of many.
Yeah, have you seen that video clip of Darth Vader doing it?
No.
Oh, I think I did.
Yeah.
I think I did. I forgot who posted it. It was really good. With when he was fighting Luke.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Luke, have you understood the power of one, the power of two?
Like, so I remember when we were watching Darth Maul in one of the prequels, and of course he's an apprentice, and he's fighting Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn. Anyways, Jinn. Sorry, I'm a little drunk.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon
Jinn.
Jinn's brother.
And they were
Qui-Gon Rum.
struggling to fight him. So when you get to like this and you see a little Padawan like able to fight, I'm like, how does that happen? If this
Mhm.
is like, well, if he even is just a Sith apprentice, there's no way she'd be able to take
Well,
him.
It wouldn't make sense if he was. Like, this is the problem with the power balancing. That he's taken down a load of Jedi Knights, and we don't know whether they're Jedi Masters or not, because they never spoke, so we never even found out who they were. But they were at least Jedi Knights, so they should be strong in the Force, and he just absolutely annihilates all of them. Which is fine, you know, you can have a really strong Sith that can just annihilate a load of Jedi, but in that case you had to tell us how powerful everybody else was. So you should have shown us that Soul can also take on a whole range of Jedi Knights, and that he's just that amazing. I think you could have even got away with it with the little girl being that powerful, but you should have shown us with Soul fighting a load of Jedi, and then Soul sparring with her, and her holding her own or something. Just prepare people, rather than people going, but she's just a Padawan who's never done anything in her life.
Yeah, she
Why?
could have almost been like, you're basically almost graduated. We just need a little more time. Like that could have been like a line, one line in one of the scenes of them walking.
We saw her practicing with a stick with all the other Padawans, getting told things like, watch your movement, don't do flowery gestures or something, or she's spinning it around all over the place. It's like, he could have been like, yeah, just go, you're far too good for this, you should go off and fight, you know, spar with actual weapons or something.
Like,
and then just show us sparring with knights.
Yeah, you're very good with your basics. Just remember this, like, and when you go on to be a knight, which will be soon.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if her skill, like, because she could be great with a lightsaber but terrible with other things, so they couldn't promote her. But you can show us just her being able to beat other people. And I have the same issue with Soul. I had no idea he was more powerful than all of the other Jedi, because the only fights we'd seen out of all these people was Trinity, who died, and then him, who didn't even use his lightsaber. So we had no comparative levels.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing, apparently some people are just really superpowered and everyone else is crap.
Yeah. And May and Osha can hold their own somehow in this too. Unpracticed.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's like May gets absolutely dominated by the Sith. He can just pull her across the ground by her throat. But when he was chasing Osha, he didn't just pull her across the ground by her throat. It's so random and weird when they use the Force.
It's when, you know, it's story. The Force is as strong as the story.
It's like when you guys talk about Doctor Who, I'm just like, I mean, I know like Star Wars stuff, but not the Acolyte. Only what you guys tell me.
But it is a case of like, this is how stupid it is, Wicked. If you've got a character that says, okay, I've been murdering these people, I've been committing these crimes, but I am going to surrender myself to the Jedi. So then she meets a Jedi, and the Jedi's like, I'm going to arrest you, and you start trying to kill them. And it's like, but 5 minutes ago you literally said you wanted to surrender to them. Now one of them wants you to surrender to them, and you've decided you're going to kill them instead.
Oh yeah,
it's like a little kid. Like, I was gonna do it until you told me to, and now I'm not.
Her motivations just flip. Like, I think her motivations flip like 4 times in the last episode. Whether she's good, evil, but surrendering with them, who she's working with. It's insane.
I'm sorry, that just got me. OBGYN Kenobi.
I was pleased with my intros for those episodes where it was just Obi-Wan can blow me. Every time. And I've remembered that for years because I was playing a game and this character ran by with that name. I'm like, that's the best name I've ever seen.
They must have been talking to the Fadawan.
Like silly jokes that we made. This is Hayden Christensen, Anakin, when they in the Obi-Wan series, when they showed him young and they like de-aged him, I'm like, he's supposed to look. I made the joke on like a gaming stream. I was like, he's supposed to look like a Padawan, but he looks like a Dadawan. Like, de-age him. Like, he's still cute, but like, he did not look young. He looked.
Well, he looked like someone old that had been de-aged. So that way it was like, oh, congratulations, you've had Botox. That's all it was.
Oh God.
Yeah, it did look weird. They definitely. I've seen them de-age people way better. Like in Rogue One, when they put Carrie Fisher in it, they put Leia in it. It looked. You could tell that it was CGI'd, but like it still worked. Like it wasn't.
And I'm sorry, we literally saw this week with a freaking bunch of AI with Amandla, and we saw men's faces on her. They would have done that. I don't understand.
Yeah,
like, AI is so cheap. Like, why aren't we doing stuff like this?
So, like, if you can get a basic one for people who are noobs, essentially, not somebody who's been in the business for so long working with CGI, if somebody like me can make, like, our action star poster back there, why can't they do better? I just don't understand. Like, where are they putting their money? They're not making it, so they need to put the money. I don't know where they're getting money.
Well,
they're not putting it in the right places. That's
the reason there was a Wookiee. And in Star Wars, Wookiee couldn't have been Jedi. George said that they were basically too animalistic. They just couldn't understand the Force enough to be Jedi. But I think over time, there was a couple of them added in. And so in this one, it's like, okay, you're finally getting a live-action Wookiee Jedi. So people are like, well, they like Wookiees. They like lightsaber fights. Let's see what he can do. Well, they killed him off screen, and we've never seen it.
Wait, the one with the man bun died?
Yeah, or literally the grand total of things that Wookiee did is he walked across the screen to his house, and that was it. He just died.
I was waiting for a little more. I thought he was going to tell me more. He's like, he walked across the screen, went in his house.
Yeah,
that's it.
At the end of episode 2, he force pulled a gun off somebody and then walked into his house. And then episode 3 was a flashback. So episode 4, it starts with him walking to his house again. And then he's dead. And that's it. We never see him die.
Him dead?
Yeah, he dies off screen to a lightsaber.
Not that these guys know how to write a good story or anything, but a lot of the times when somebody gets killed off screen, it means they're not actually dead. But
oh no, we see him. He's definitely dead.
See him? Okay.
Now he will come back in a flashback because we've seen in the trailer, we see him force push one of the other Jedis, so we know he will reappear at some point. But this was what you kept going. You're getting a Wookiee Jedi, and so people were at least looking forward to the fight. Nothing. And the reason they said it's too expensive. You have $180 million, and you can't get a guy in a suit to wave a stick around? What?
I know. I mean, George Lucas did it with Chewbacca. Like, come on. He didn't have that much.
It's not that expensive.
Cat knows, but I know he didn't have a big budget for A New Hope.
It's a suit with a glowing light. You like pay him 20 quid to stick around for another hour. I don't know how much money you think it takes. You're not even using film to record this stuff. So once you've paid for the cameras and everything, it's free. You're paying for the electric. I know how much the hours of wages it is, and I can't imagine a cameraman for an hour costs that much money to hold it there. It's insane. All these people, they get paid so much, and there's so many of them that are just hangers on that serve absolutely no purpose. There's so much saving could be done.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because not that everyone made a big deal, but it's like he was a focus, like the Jedi Wookiee with a man bun, and now he's gone.
He barely was in the show.
Yeah, well, when you were gone, he just said all he did was walk across the street, go to his house, and then he was just
dead. He walked home twice. That was it.
Yeah, there was no point in having him. He was just a plot point.
Wow,
and it's a
diverse.
Well, no, you see, this is because he was one of the only two white guys in the entire thing, and he was in a suit, and they killed him immediately. And the other dude was in the second episode where they killed him immediately.
Is it to have somebody in a suit? It's not like
they could have just had a normal human. They could have even made them blue or pink. Like they could have put paint on him.
Could have just been a normal dude. No one would have complained. No one was expecting anything.
They just wanted
weird.
a Wookiee in it and be like, "Oh, look, we had a Wookiee. Oh,
checking all of the Star Wars boxes.
You like Wookiees, right? We got you a Wookiee."
And
Next
what did they call him?
Jedi Ewok.
It was a very similar name.
What?
He was called Kalnaka, which should not be confused with Chewbacca. Like, even the names are similar between the two. It's like, do you get it? Do you remember him?
You're so creative.
Remember the Baka?
Yeah, his name was Kalnaka, not Chewbacca.
Wow.
His name was Kaka. That's all.
His character was Kaka.
Oh, goodness.
But
anyways, that's this week in Acolyte news.
We need some more Wookiee names. Anyone else in the chat want to give a...
Is anyone else expecting a Wookiee? What names do you have in mind? I was like baby names.
Expecting a Wookiee.
Disparu.
Like, you're going for the scan and they're like, oh, it's furry.
I don't know why they just made me laugh like that.
Disparu. We didn't drop your diss track. I'm sorry. We had plans.
We had big plans and then we fell asleep. On a long trip.
We were basically wine momming the entire week.
Yeah.
With our boxes of wine.
Yeah.
This is why men built civilization. Like, the women had big plans, then fell asleep.
I was gonna do the thing, but then we just fell asleep.
Oh, no. What is going on in the chat?
Well, you asked them to start naming things, and so they probably...
a bad word in another language. Gaspaka? Listen, I'm not gonna repeat because you guys might say something bad. And
now I feel bad asking.
Asking what? Oh, well, they were ready. They came through. You asked,
well, yeah.
Like, boom, there you go.
Here, I think this one's not a bad one. Flash Baka.
Gaspatha.
That's me when I burp.
She passed the gas with the burps.
Yeah, I gotta be careful with that.
The blabs killer. All right, let's get to some of these supers, guys. Thank you so much. Justin Martins for 20. This one's for Disparu. Yeah, because he's worth it. Apparently, F&T regular worth it. Cheers, man. Thank you so much, Justin. Yes, cheers. Lucifer the Doberman for Canadian 2. The show makes me think lesbian headlamp hates us.
Possibly. This is the gayest Star Wars ever.
Yeah, it's super gay.
I think there's an element like Russell T Davies where they're in such a weird bubble that they think everything they like is normal. And it's like when Amandla went, nerds are gay. Well, they are in my world. It's like, yeah, your world. But your world is tiny and you have no idea about the real world, and that's the problem.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I feel like this is a lot of Americans. You don't travel enough to understand different cultures, people, and of different, and I say classes, meaning like people who live very poorly. They are around rich people all the time. I'm not saying poor, I'm just like your average American to even like people
Middle
who,
class, and
people like I go to Vietnam and like the houses, the floor's dirt. Like, there are things that are more important than being like, oh my god, praise me, I'm a woman.
yeah.
Yeah, in the rest of the world, like especially in England, the class-based structure is probably the most important one, down to the fact that you can tell what class somebody is from their accent. Like, that's what the accents are for. And I think in America, no, you have that attitude of like anyone can be the president. Like we all have a chance, and you just don't get that here. Like over here, that kind of stuff is mainly for like Eton schoolboys, for the upper class people. And so it always surprises me how, considering like Europe and America is probably the closest you could get to American culture, and yet it's still so alien to what American culture is. So then you leave Europe and you start going any further east or Asian or anything else, and
Yeah.
it's just entirely alien to them.
Like you feel a lot, with just different feelings. Like, okay, I feel blessed to even have food on my table and a good home that has heating and air conditioning. Because
You do live in Canada, that's quite rare.
People do not have air conditioning.
They don't have
Y'all
air con.
crazy.
That's what they call it, air
Um,
con.
Yeah.
That's why I'm melting right now.
Yeah. So see,
You
we're
all admit
so
it.
literally privileged here, and
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we actually were having this conversation with people today about like how there's some people that are like, I'm ready for the apocalypse, bring it on, but they've never like been hungry and they've never like had to suffer it all. So it's like it's gonna hit, and then like so many people, not it's gonna, but if it hits, right? If anything like that happened, so many people would just be done within the first week.
Oh yeah.
Because they wouldn't be able to survive like
I
that.
don't know how to survive.
But
Well,
that was a good
what would you
point
do
made
tomorrow if
that
the water
people-
turned off?
A lot of people just never know.
What are you gonna do? Oh,
anything
I'm
like
a
that.
strong, independent woman. I don't need no man to be like, help me.
I've legitimately seen people argue
Not gonna see
that
it.
we don't need to care about the farmers. They can go or whatever, it's fine. I'm like, but how will you get food? I'll go to the supermarket. Like, there's a lot of people that are not physically capable of understanding anything outside their own experience, and so they cannot link. A farmer has to make food for it to get into the supermarket. They only know I go to the supermarket and that's where food comes from. And so they have no other plan.
You want to read this chat, Disparu?
Oh, that would be like Chewbacca.
I think this is
kept
the
it up.
next Star Wars name. I'm just
Sounds
saying.
more like Klingon, actually.
We were waiting for him to see it, but we were stuck in the Disparu for a minute.
Just for cute.
Well, did you? I posted it in the Saucy Saturdays stream where it was just like the Simpsons predicted the Hoctor girl,
Oh yeah,
I actually have that up.
we do.
and I remember that episode that it's showing. She does spit in his hand.
I do, and he kept it. I remember that, and he kept it for like a week, and his hand
Yeah,
was
it gets like
disgusting.
sticky and dirty and stuff. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm never washing this hand.
Yeah.
There we go. There we
I
go.
do remember that.
Like they predict
From
everything.
a young age, he wanted that hook to fit on that thing. Hello, Dan Bass.
Oh, play it. Dan's here. Hi,
Dan
Dan.
is here right now, and this is the chat right now.
Damn.
Thanks for that clip, Dan. It works very well for lots of things.
Yep.
Just half of a second. During that stream. She almost did it. Okay. Eric. Oh,
That's it.
Eric Heffelfinger. Yay, for $10. I can read. Star Wars saber fights have become artistic yelling and flailing. Perfect representation of the people in charge. You're not wrong. Thank you. Thank you for the 10, Eric.
Well, like, okay, back to when they all were in a lineup and flailing their lightsabers around. It's like you think about guns. You're not going to do that with a gun, right? You only point where you want to shoot.
Well, yeah, but the issue they made was
You
the
point what
first
you
thing
want
he
to
did
shoot. Strange choice.
was force push all of them at the same time. So this guy, he's not just a bit stronger than them. He could overpower their combined will in the force. And yet he never did it in the fight. Except to pull one guy onto the lightsaber. It's like, if you're that strong, pull them all onto your lightsaber.
What?
Well,
Wicked got confused because now she's saying damn.
Damn. What?
Okay, yes, I know you use lightsabers and guns differently, but it's kind of the same thing. You're not going to flail your lightsaber while around your comrades. That's just stupid.
I gotta stop sitting like this. My legs hurt. Me, you guys get the capybaras.
Yeah, you do.
I disappeared behind these.
Oh, well, no, you're behind the screen. There you go. There.
That is the thing, though. Like, because you were sitting on them, some people will have come in, didn't know you were wearing them, and then the next thing, you're pulling out big bare feet. Be like, wait, what?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I gotta stretch the legs.
I know this is not very comfortable to actually sit in for a very long time. So
yeah, but we're not in a unfortunately we're not in a big enough room where we could sit anywhere else. So.
This room is like,
I mean, you probably would have found it more comfortable to use like the wall as a backrest.
Yeah, well, there literally is no wall. There's like the walkways are all like
There's
this
one behind you.
In your room. Anyways,
all around. I can't. My luggage is in the bathroom because I can't open it anywhere else.
He's got a lot of luggage.
Yeah, think about that. Think about that.
Zeus Clay for $5. Thank you. Hi, ladies. Disparu, congrats on joining F&T as the first official Brit.
Yeah.
I've seen the same comment like all over Twitter. It's like, finally, there's someone from the UK.
Representation. Real British. Just saying. Thank you.
Vimaran. We never say it to the Swedish, right? We always forget Vimaran. I'm so sorry.
Franks.
Yeah, it's Swish francs.
Swish, not Swedish.
Swish.
Swish. Swish. Swish.
Swish. Swish.
That's where my head went to. Why?
Because we like the song. We like the same music. The entire time we were coming down, we were singing Will Smith and
we went from like
and...
making my way downtown to Nook if you book.
My favorite is the song from The Proposal where she's like, from the window.
Oh, she's from The Proposal. That's just from my childhood.
So let's drop down my balls. Anyways.
Stop.
All these dishes crawl. I can't do the next line.
I'm never coming back. I'm part of a classy Friday night show now. He's never coming back.
And get more of that progressive whiskey. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Thank you for the 10.
Oh, that tasted horrible. That tasted like how I imagined a progressive would.
Oh!
So don't worry about
Bitter.
tomorrow. Take it today. Forget about the check. We'll get hell to pay. Have a drink on me. Have a drink on me. Out the song. What song is
Cheers,
that?
Imran. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I read it like I'm like, wait, are you okay? What you saying?
Is this a cry for help? Have you been kidnapped?
Are you
Is that
worried?
the only message I can get out as a super chat? we need to work out what how it transfers to coordinates.
Slosher for $2 Canadian. Thank you.
Yeah.
One Acolyte episode equals 2 Godzilla minus 1's cost.
Mhm.
Insane part. Like, you got great writing, great use of the money on a budget, and then you get like this crappy episode of Acolyte, and you're like, where did the money go? It is like what? 20% of the length of a Godzilla episode movie, sorry.
Yeah, some of the
Godzilla
episodes come down to
minus
like 26
1.
minutes. Once you take out the previously on and the credits, some of them come down to like 26, 28 minutes.
Godzilla
they cost-
minus 1.
They
Is
cost
the
like 22.5
definition.
million each. So sometimes you're talking about 800,000 a minute.
Finish. Okay, Godzilla minus 1 is the definition of balling on a budget because that movie was great. Like I don't know if you ever heard that term, but really though, and they made, what did they make? We looked it up before. They made like 3 times the amount that they spent. More than that, I think. Like they had on the gross. I think it was more than
And
that.
they'll continue to make it because
It's still
people are
going.
going to still enjoy it. People are going to buy. We're
And on
waiting for
Netflix.
merch. We're waiting for merch.
Yes.
We're waiting for statues. We're waiting for the 4K Blu-ray,
Yeah.
like collector's edition, because people will pay for that. And I cannot wait for it. I want
Yeah.
a steel book of it. But
Yeah, I want
haven't come out yet.
stuff. I want stuff. Yes.
Meanwhile, you had Doctor
Who.
Who Doctor Who came out with their steelbook on Zavi, and all the Twitter posts were like, "Why would I buy this trash?" And they had like exclusive artwork and stuff for Zavi. And Zavi posted straight afterwards some kind of meme of someone like pulling a face, going, "Me every time you say you're not going to buy our products." I'm like, wow.
You must be doing that a lot. 'Cause
Yeah,
Have fun with that.
Attack your
face.
customer base just like they did in the show. Oh, that'll work out
Yeah.
well.
Classy. Thank you, Mark, for the 5. How do you say that? name?
Kalnaka.
Kalnaka doesn't count as an actual Wookiee because of the man bun. Gayest Star Wars ever. Sorry, Dan.
Sorry, Dan.
Mark, thank you for another
Maybe Dan will get in
5.
season 2.
Lucasfilm need to hire Shad Brooks to choreograph their lightsaber fights.
And that's the crazy part is like we hear things like, okay, they got voice consultants and language consultants to make sure the song in episode 3 was, diverse. Okay. You're like, okay, I don't think you really need that. You can Google that. And then they don't have enough money to make good lightsaber fights.
I mean, unironically, I think they need to hire like somebody who's just a complete pedant to go through all their stuff and go, "This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense."
Yeah. Who are their editors?
Well, this is the issue, though. If they've hired people who all agree with them and all think that everything's amazing, and
Then
they're
they
like,
don't
"Well,
edit. They just go, I affirm you. That's great. This is
Yes.
amazing.
if they're the kind of people that go, "This show is good because it's diverse," rather than "These people are good because of the actions within the show," then they're useless. And so, I think it would be worth them hiring somebody who just doesn't like their stuff, because they will come down and tell you every single pissing problem that you've made before you make it. And I think a lot of the money goes to waste in like reshoots and stuff where they realize what they've done is too bad to show to anybody. So they have
Yeah,
to go
because
and
they
refilm
didn't
it.
have anyone that said no to them. It's like a kid that's never been disciplined, and you're like, I wonder why they're horrible. And then you figure out why they're horrible, and you're like, well, because you weren't told no.
Mm-hmm.
So whose fault is it? Hiring the showrunner? I don't know. All of it?
Well, you had Bob Iger that said the Marvels failed because it didn't have enough executive oversight. And it's like, yeah, but the executives, when they oversee anything, they do things like, "I'd really like a spider in this movie." They don't go, "This is a plot hole. This is a plot hole. Why is her motivation just swapped 3 times in a row?" Like, it's not just having an executive to look over them. It's having somebody that actually has a
Cares?
functioning brain to tell you that none of this makes any sense.
Pull that up. Thank you, Psychotic Mongoose. You
Yes.
just brought that to my attention.
Yes. We were just, well, I haven't seen this yet.
No, I haven't been on Twitter, but thanks, Psychotic Mongoose. And also Vimaran, that was Back in Black. I know the song Back in Black. I guess it just didn't register.
Perry Chan, you were
We'll get the
very evil and scary. I don't know if you've
Oh,
seen this.
no, I have seen this. Yeah.
Look at Disparu and his harem. I'm retweeting.
And somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they said this isn't fair and as because he loves man tits.
I know. So,
It's like,
wait,
why did you do this when he left?
guys, okay. We're gonna play a game of Smash or Pass.
oh god, the chat,
Okay.
not me.
Chat.
Oh,
Garrett.
Vimaran.
I mean, he's
Smash
got
or
a decent
pass?
rack.
Smash or
Do you
Pass?
think he's got a decent rack?
Yeah. Okay, you have to put G Smash or G Pass.
All right,
The
so we're
mustache is putting me off.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Garrett, if he edited the mustache and the beard, I would even smash that.
Yeah,
it's very.
you'd need a bag.
Oh no!
Like everything is working for me, but except for the beard and the stash.
They're gonna say pass on. Oh nope, Neil said smash. Okay, okay. Never mind. I'm like,
That's just for the
everyone's saying
group.
pass, and Neil was like, nah.
Okay,
I
he
will.
looks Indian. he actually looks quarter black at this point.
He does.
Why does Shad have such... Shad's weird expression is like, I don't even know how I got into this situation.
I'm curious. Okay,
He looks surprised.
Disparu, smash or pass on Garrett.
No, not with a mustache and a beard.
Okay. Now we're
Why
going to
would I
Garrett.
say... Why would I smash on any of them?
Okay, so Disparu says pass on everyone, clearly. Jeremy.
Well, I mean, duh.
Someone, Spike said that Jeremy looks like Brie Larson, so Smash earlier.
Ryan would smash.
Of course.
Oh my god. Okay.
You know what this reminds me of, actually? It's like one of those where they go... It's set in the past, and somehow they're trying to infiltrate a place. It's like the only way they're going to let us through the door for all women. And so they just dress up like this, and just keep all the beards and stuff. Like, no one's going to know. Don't worry about it.
Wow. Okay, so most people said pass.
Got a couple smashes, though.
There are a couple smashes. More than Garrett. Y'all are racist. Shad, smash or pass? I want to. Well, Disparu obviously says pass. I'm gonna say a pass on Shad.
I think Shad's at a disadvantage because he's at the back and he's covered up.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on
Probably.
everything. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Oh, you're so nice. I pass on Shad. Jeremy looks more like a woman than Shad. So
Jeremy is like, I don't know what's happening.
I'm
He's
stuck on
just
it.
confused himself.
Dad looks like innocent and like
He looks like the cutest out of all of them.
like, innocent. Like,
We will not sully him. Gary.
looks like Gary looks like a mermaid.
Smash or pass on Gary? I'm a pass. He's like my other internet dad, so no thank you.
But he looks like a mermaid. The pose and the way his hair is.
Wow, Jet says smash Ryan. Wow.
Oh no.
Jeremy looks like a human trafficked victim.
Oh no.
Oh my god. I can't imagine what the AI generated
For that conversation.
AI yeah.
Gary is in that state of, though, is like, all right, Goldilocks. That's the same
Yeah,
kind of
he's
hair.
like, I had all the good drugs and I'm ready to go. Ryan looks like he's like, I have no idea what I got myself into. Okay, Ryan, smash or pass? Wow.
He looks like he's dressed for the movie The Hot Chick. Right.
Wow. Wow. Ryan is the hottest.
Jeez.
Wow. I'm thinking Garrett was the hottest. If only he didn't
have to agree
his
with that. I'll go that
stash.
far. I'm not going to say anything else.
no
because I don't
stash,
want
no
feelings.
beard, and he would definitely actually be the hottest out of the group.
He looks very exotic.
Yeah.
He looks like he's concentrating, though. It's like...
Gary's into it.
Ryan's rack is great. Wow, you're sounding like Az here. Yes,
Memorized and Barry Chan is a
well, I like this. Sigh glue. Anywho, thank you, Perry, for the
Thank you for
beautiful,
that. Thank you for psychotic. Thank you to psychotic
Entertainment.
for bringing that to our attention.
Vimerin for 5 Swiss francs says none of you kids listen to AC/DC. Sheesh.
Oh, that's what the lyric was. Have a drink on me. I do know AC/DC, but like if I'm not, I just read it like not really thinking. Sorry. Sorry, I've been around her too long.
Sorry, I know she's actually turning into Canadian.
Sorry.
There's a weird thing with song lyrics, though, where if you just read them, they can be hard to notice. Or if somebody says, like, what's the lyrics of this song, they can be hard to remember. But the moment the music starts playing, you could repeat them.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad we're not playing Smash or Pass anymore because Grapther is here. But Grapther's Hema. I understand that reference now.
We've been staring at that face
Yeah.
for 10 minutes. Actually,
So
that up
sorry.
terrifying me the whole time.
Okay, so we have some Superman news. By the way, we met Dean Cain.
Yeah, he's such a
Oh.
delight. He is so
Love Dean.
nice.
And he okay, so we got there at 11 and then he was supposed to be there at 11:30, but he was about half hour late. And
Fashionably late.
and he was very nice. He gave everyone time to talk, which was very sweet. And he had a long
He
line.
did. They didn't actually have it set up properly. Maybe they weren't ready for it. Like for him having that line possibly, but I don't know. It was Saturday. Saturday's the busiest day of the con. And his line was like, we were third because we got in line like
Third
right
group.
away. Because I knew he was gonna have a long line. and I used to actually volunteer at this specific con. So I just knew, I'm like, Buffalo loves Dean Cain because he was on the Bills. Yeah, and he's still
Football, for those who don't know.
Yeah, he's still
American football.
He still loves the Bills too. Like, I had my Bills jersey on. And we talked about the Bills a little bit.
Oh, and you said the cutest little thing to this one. Smile. Let me smile. It's just like, you're cute. I was going to say Barry Allen, but it's not Barry Allen.
Barry Allen, yeah, the Flash. Josh Allen. I was wearing a Josh Allen jersey.
Yeah, he just goes up to Wick and goes, "You remind me of Barry Allen." It's like, what?
Yeah, because the guy in front had another Allen jersey. And I mean, okay, you know, if I'm going to compare any guy realistically to Wicked, it's going to be, she's definitely cuter, okay? Okay? Yeah. Most guys.
Yes, Superman said I was cute.
Well, that's the thing with him. It's like,
nice.
If you're sort of my age, well, he was the Superman that you knew as a kid, so he was the first one you grew up with.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he was my
on
introduction
TV.
to live action Superman.
Yeah. Like, so, because all the other Superman films, they came on TV, but they were a bit before your time, so they were a bit old and aging by that point, whereas his was kind of fresh and stuff. So there is a whole generation where he was their Superman, essentially.
People loved Lois and Clark. I mean, they had Terry Hatcher for the guys, and they had Dean for. My mom's so funny when she was like, "Tell him I love him." So I did, and he was like, "She's got good taste."
She does.
Yeah, no, he was a delight. I've always said this before, that, like, you know, some of these like A-listers, I don't really care to ever. I'm not a big like celebrity person, but when I do go to these cons, I like to pick one person, and it's usually someone from the '90s, from my childhood, that I want to meet, and they're always a delight because they're happy to see their fans and talk with them. And he was happy. He recognized this one after she said she was Xray girl. He was like, "Hey," like, he was so happy to meet her, and it's just genuine. You know what I mean? Because I've seen a few celebrities. I won't say who or anything, but that come out and it's kind of like, here we go.
I mean, I wouldn't have, like, you know, been mad if he didn't.
Yeah, but he did.
Well, yeah,
he did.
if he was like, "I've already met you 20 times today."
He does. So I have shout out to my Comic-Con mom. I told her I was coming, and she was so happy, and I seen her, and she gave me the biggest hug and lifted me up. And I told her, "Oh, we're going to see Dean," and she was like, "He gives the best hugs," and she was right. Because you know, like, some people will do like that little half hug. He
does like a bear hug.
Are you gonna share it?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it.
I thought this was the sweetest little picture ever. I loved it. I got a hug. He's a good hugger.
That's where he whispered, "Barry Allen."
I don't know. This is such a cute picture.
He's like, "I've always wanted to meet you, Barry Allen."
The whole time. He enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Our conversation.
Well, we talked about where.
I love how he's bent like in half.
This one is so funny.
This is my favorite. It looks like he's like, "You stink."
It's like, do I have to? Like, is this enough? Like, she'll accept this, won't she?
Goodbye. Ready for a zombie bite.
She looks like extra burped.
Blabs warned him. Blabs warned him.
Yeah, it was a good picture, in my opinion. I like weird pictures, though.
His manager took
Shout
all
out
the pictures.
Steve.
Yeah, shout out Steve. He was like, he had my phone. He took a bunch of pictures, and he was like, I got one of him signing. I got one of him hugging you guys. Like, he was ready. He was every angle. I was like, he knows what he's doing.
It's like, this is where he's disgusted with you. It's gross.
It's absolutely great. Now we're gonna move on to the new Superman, which, okay, I'm looking at this for the first time. Okay, fresh eyes.
She has
biker leathers.
What do you think? I've seen it.
That is a frumpy outfit.
You think?
Look at the like the fold in his underwear here.
So yeah,
That's
it's not like
disgusting.
it's not.
That's because he's
smooth.
got a big package.
Is it like so big that it's thin and going up to the right side and filling that little fold?
Well, I mean, everyone dresses to either the right or the left. But it is a case of, if you just look at his jacket, all I see is biker leathers. It's like someone cosplaying and they want her to ride around looking like Superman.
It's like a little boy cosplaying in a too
Well,
big.
it's all the
for
lines on it.
suit.
It's just a biker
You
jacket.
want to know what my theory is with this? Is that it's going to be CGI'd.
Yeah, but why bother, right? Because I've
I
already
know why
seen somebody.
They should have done it right, but I think that
Yeah, there you go. It's in the same one.
Backlash-
If you click Barry Whitter's second picture, he basically just takes off all the lines of the outfit.
And
it looks
much
better.
It gives them abs.
Yeah, that looks like a biker jacket. And boom.
That looks better. It looks clean.
Hey, I like that.
I feel like they're gonna end up changing it, because they do listen to the backlash from the fans sometimes.
But like, what if they filmed all this already? What,
Oh yeah, they're already filming
reshoots?
CGI.
This is how you end up with a $200 million movie. Why are you CGIing his costume that he's wearing?
Why couldn't we do
this
it
isn't
right
complicated.
the first time?
You could easily make that second costume. Just have him in like a skin-tight outfit, and that's it. As long as he's muscular, it'll look fine.
Cause yeah, like even that, like I don't know, is the S? Are we happy with the S? It doesn't look like an S to
It
me.
looks like just a dash across his chest, really, like because it
looks
it
like
goes-
a stop sign.
it does.
Yeah, hashtag Me Too Superman.
I mean, yeah, it's for me, it's like it's not the kind of S that I would choose, but I also don't know enough about the lore and stuff, and I think that is a lore accurate one, so I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Is it a lore accurate one? Okay.
Okay,
I don't know.
but where are his abs? Can we get even the fake abs in the costume?
need
please?
abs.
We need abs. I need to be able to think about him looking all sexy. He just looks so frumpy, and I'm sure he is very fit.
I think I've seen like pics of him, maybe like at least like you could see like his arms.
But you can't even tell he has muscular arms.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell he has a nice chest. Like it just looks so frumpy, you know.
I mean,
Sure,
when
maybe
he's in that kind of pose, I think it shows it better. Because in the one you were just looking at, he is kind of like, his arms are in front of him, and he's kind of slouching, so it's gonna make anybody look a bit like fatter. But if you're like shoulders back, walking like the military in that kind of pose, I think it'll probably end up looking better.
I'm just confused, like why they would go this route. Like you're trying to be so different because like all the other Supermans had skin tight outfits. I don't know where he was going with this. Like why?
I just don't know why it looks like biker leather. Like, all the lines on it, I think, look awful. And
Yeah.
like it took a guy probably not very long at all just to smooth them all out, and it looks way better.
He
Put it in a
looks
different
so
blue.
fit.
Yeah,
I'm
Now,
drooling looking at this.
it looks great.
Admittedly, the color could be down to like that just gets. They could choose a color because they know they're gonna color the footage differently. So maybe that color blue that he's wearing could turn out that kind of color once they've done all the changing for it and stuff. But
I wish we could show the picture we got, but we can't
Oh yeah, there's one that we
because
can't show.
it'll dox me. We got a signed thing showing all the different Supermans.
Yeah.
But I can't dox myself, unfortunately.
yeah, no one can know you're
It
called
was
Dave.
cool though. Dean had that
I had
option.
all the different Supermans and all the different suits because I would have loved to do a comparison and be like, this one's better, and this one's better, and this one's
We can't.
which most would be better, even the ones that look like it was made by your mom for Halloween.
Well, in Lois and Clark, his mom makes that suit. She sews it.
And that one is actually
It's a
good.
good one, yeah.
No,
Superman's a
it's
bit of a
no.
unique case in that with Batman, I prefer the armored suits because at the end of the day, he's just a bloke. And so I like the fact that, he's going to be using his technology to give himself armor as an advantage. But Superman doesn't need armor. That's just his skin.
Shouldn't
So
need
he can be
anything.
in just a skin-tight thing, and it looks good.
I mean, okay. The hair.
I
is
hate this. I
Batboy
hate
hair.
everything about this. I hate the haircut and everything.
It's a really bad
Everything
haircut.
about this.
Like
It's the
like,
Zuma Broccoli
why is
haircut.
it brushed to the front?
But also, I like the Superman curl. We need Superman curl.
I do
This
like
looks
the like curls.
This looks like what like young Gen Z does now, right? Like that's how
Yes.
these young
This
boys
is the
look
F
now.
boy haircut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
is.
I'm
He's gonna take a picture like this. like,
Superman
doing
was
the
meant to
tongue
take off
out
his
kind of thing.
glasses and
That's
put
what
on his
I see when I
costume.
look at this. The
Superman
F-boy
isn't-
pose.
Superman isn't going to be changing his hair every time he needs to be Superman. That's just stupid.
Yeah, does he restyle his hair when he goes into the phone
I
booth?
think so, because what we just looked at, he didn't have that hair.
Yeah, he doesn't have curls. So he must go in and put fake curls in before he goes back to being this. And he must straighten his hair before he becomes Superman. You're just getting stupid at that point.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so what he does is
got
he
the
probably
curls.
goes like this for when he's Clark, and then he goes like this when he's Superman.
He gets the gel.
Yeah.
I know people take the piss out of the glasses, but it's fine. It's the law. Just stick with it.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's always been silly, but it's 100% part of the lore.
Hey,
So-
I'm different in glasses sometimes.
Yeah, I'm Clark Kent right now.
A
I
lot
had to
of
take out my
The thing
contacts
is-
when my eyes were bothering me. I feel better now. That's why I was so tired. Like,
I'm not sure how silly it is with a good actor, right? Because you do see. Do you remember that scene where Lois is like, "I'm gonna jump off a building," or oh no, she shoots him, I think, and
Wait,
then after she shot him, because he's like this, and then he just stands up. And his entire demeanor changes, and suddenly he's got like he's an imposing figure when before he was kind of a hunched kind of person. And that's just what a good actor does. So it was never just with Superman or put glasses on. Everything about him was
body
different.
and posture.
It was
Yeah.
it was his posture, his attitude. He was clumsy.
yeah, super clumsy. Like, there's, yeah, and it's that he was supposed to look dorky, but it's like he was still attractive. Not that this guy's not attractive,
Yeah.
but just the hair is weird to me. I feel like they really were going for, like more of a Gen Z look, because this wasn't like a millennial or a Gen X or boomer, whatever. The generations that started Superman, right? You don't see that hair and think Superman. It's like, I'm not trying to be too picky about it, but I'm just not a fan of it.
Well, it's just stupid to have him do his hair every time he turns into Superman, and then
I know it doesn't make sense. Like hold on, get a comb. Like,
And I think that actually distracts from the whole "I'm Clark, I act completely differently." People look at me
Christopher Reeve
and kind of look over me because I'm so kind of
did sell
weak
it
and
very
clumsy.
well. He was very clumsy.
Yup. But
yeah. It's like
I
it wasn't
think
because he
Dan
didn't look the
has-
same. No one would even
Just-
consider him.
I think Dan has a good point here. That he probably came from gender studies class, and he has to be subservient to women, which is why he has hair like this until he turns into his persona of Superman.
Yeah,
But we'll see. We'll see.
we'll see.
Yeah, he's going to give someone a lecture on a microaggression they've just done.
Yeah.
Wookiee doesn't like broccoli tops confirmed. I do like a nice head of hair on a man.
This is just not
What,
a nice.
you like the
hairstyle.
broccoli thing? It's always
The
been the
broccoli?
weirdest
Broccoli.
thing ever.
Broccoli. It's better than our next topic, but
Yeah,
we'll get
but
there
I
eventually.
just have a quick question. I actually I got into this not really debate, just conversation with the capable gentleman about this because he's a big Superman fan. Who do you guys chat, and you guys too? I don't know if you've seen all of them. Who do you think is the best Clark Kent, and then who's the best Superman? Because it could be different people. Like same argument could be said for Spider-Man. Like, who does a good Peter Parker, but like not the greatest Spider-Man, but like a good Spider-Man, but his Peter Parker's a little off. You know what I mean? I think that Dean Cain did a great job for my taste with Clark Kent, and he sold that. And I think that Christopher Reeve did really good. I think that I agree with Lee on that one. Christopher Reeve was a great Superman, but I mean, I grew up with Dean Cain's Superman, so I also think he's a good Superman. That's my childhood. But Reeve, I think Christopher Reeve definitely did good on both roles.
I don't think
Have you seen the movie?
enough to
It's on
compare.
it's on Max.
I've only watched.
You should watch at least the first one. It's
Henry
really good.
Cavill as Superman.
And that's
I-
it. So I know this is going to sound weird coming from a female. Henry Cavill's was fine, but he's not in my top. I like Dean Cain and Christopher Reeve for my Superman.
The thing is,
On
my-
all,
my-
that's all.
my
me.
favorite Clark Kent scene is the one that I mentioned where she shoots him and then he like straightens up. That's my favorite scene. But without watching him, I don't know whether I'd say the
Well, because,
rest of him
like-
made him my favorite Clark. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, well, Christopher Reeve is really good with it because he trips over stuff, he spills stuff, like he plays up the role really well. I think this was from the third Superman movie, which I've seen parts of it. I've seen the first movie full and the second, but I can't there's 5 of them, I think. There's the one where she's like, Lois is like figured out that he's Superman, and she's like, okay, Superman. It's like really campy and silly. She's sitting there looking at him, and she's drawing like Clark was on the cover of a newspaper, and she's like, or no, Superman was, sorry. And she's drawing glasses on him and looking at Clark like, she's like, okay, Superman. He's like, okay, Lois. And he gaslights the crap out of her because she jumps out of the window because she's like, I know you're Superman. You're going to save me. He goes down there real quick and he like lasers like an awning for her to fall on. And then he hurries up, goes back upstairs and looks. He's like, Lois, what was that? And she's like, but it's like she really almost just died. It was insane. He gaslights the crap out of her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, sorry. I thought that was such a silly scene. It's not the best. Oh, and there's also Smallville man just came into it. Tom Welling. I loved Tom Welling. I thought he was so cute. Smallville?
It annoyed me that he never put on the suit.
What about you, Disparu? Who's your favorite Superman and Clark Kent?
Well, because it was Smallville it was the pre-Superman story.
But the reason he didn't use the suit is because he personally didn't want to.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought, don't
I've
they
heard
show
that.
him put it on in like the last scene of the last?
I don't think he did. I think he cooked everyone like that, and I didn't like that. And I didn't like the idea when it started the show and he couldn't fly or anything. And I'm like,
He was afraid to fly. What's the song? It's that song. It's like Superman afraid to fly. What song is that?
I don't like origin stories and where they show you them just the character really weak and stuff.
That one. Sorry.
I don't remember.
I think we're getting drunk here.
Yeah, no, listen, these hard seltzers are not strong. I've had one.
No, they're not.
Like, I'm more sleep deprived than anything right now. This girl keeps me on my toes, man. She don't let me sleep.
I party hard.
She parties hard with chocolate. She can make
I napped for 15 minutes, and that's like I'm ready.
I didn't. I had to do a little bit of work.
You're
knocked
keeping her
out.
awake by
I'm making
ooh-ooing
this
too much.
dream, and she just rolls over out of nowhere. And it's like,
It's just randomly ooh-oos.
yeah, the Blazing Chef does make a good point that Smallville was never meant to have the suit because it was just a Clark Kent story. But I understand people.
No, but
like,
it should
I
have
wanna see
ended
it
with
go,
him
though.
becoming Superman, and the reason it didn't is specifically because he didn't want to wear the suit.
Smallville, right after Lois and Clark, though, was my childhood. Like, man, I loved Tom Welling. I thought he was so cute. You should look up Tom Welling and show you. You'd be like, oh, okay, he's cute.
Okay.
He's cute. He was in that picture where I was like, oh, I didn't realize because I didn't finish Smallville. I watched like all of the Smallville seasons right until once he went to Metropolis. I didn't watch that much.
I think I got up to a similar point. I think like Green Arrow started coming into it, and I'm like,
Oh
okay.
my god.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm into this.
So I'm kind of like Henry Cavill, who I had Dean Cain and Tom Welling growing up. So
Henry Cavill and Tom Welling at this peak. Sorry, Mark. Love you.
oh yeah, we forgot Nick Cage, Moran. We can't forget Nick Cage. He put on the suit.
You're like, sorry, Mark. You go back home, and he's just put like pin-ups of hot women all around the house.
Oh my god. Well, Mark, just put a Superman outfit.
We are not, Dan. I had one seltzer. You're drunk.
This is my third one.
You're drunk, Dan. It's her third one. It's my second one.
Damn.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
She do it in a Brazilian accent.
Me? Why do you always want me to do accents? The only one I can do semi-okay.
You just did it in a Brazilian accent.
Did I? I guess Dan is rubbing off on us. We got
Hey.
Hey!
I thought of that, but I didn't expect you to go that way. There wasn't even a pause. That was he's rubbing off on us. Hey!
Hey!
Oh, he's saying damn now.
See, my Russian accent is decent.
Oh my god, humiliation.
I will show you the power of humiliation.
I don't know how to say it. We need a clip of you saying humiliation now, Dan.
Dan, can you just
They're like, can you just make us clips, please?
can you WhatsApp it?
Can you WhatsApp?
They're like, we'll
your
send you a script.
humiliation, please.
Our show or small? He just pops in.
That's this show. I'm sorry.
Not this show. He's talking about something else.
Are you sure? I think he means the show. I'm like, I want
Because
Superman.
because his wife is talking about there. Oh yeah, there was also Brandon Roth. But that was not a good. That's the one that the one gay guy said that he got passed up for. Because it's like, why do you want to be on that one? Nobody even remembers that one.
Okay, I'm waiting
I
on
don't
my
even know
phone now.
He's
which one
talking
you
about
mean.
Smallville. He loves this show.
Oh, okay.
This is Mark's favorite YouTube show.
Small Gill. Oh, my phone is not okay. Can you Twitter it like a video of you?
We're just making demands.
Yeah,
I said,
can you Twitter-
my phone's downstairs.
Can you Twitter?
Shoot.
Can you Twitter me? Like just quickly record it right now. I want it. I want it.
Quickly
Like,
do
right
it
now,
right
go, leave.
He's like, my phone's downstairs. I'm not doing it.
I was gonna say this is the only stream where you'll have one of the hosts go. By the way, stop watching and go and do some work for me.
Yeah.
Dan's like probably like snuggled up, and he's like, I ain't getting.
No,
up.
he is cuddling his whalebone right now.
He's playing on like an old console.
Okay, Dan says I have a job for you. Okay, whatever you need, I will do it for this humiliation clip.
No, he said I have a job. You know.
Oh, Sorry.
Mark's Mark's like, what do you
Yeah.
want me to record?
He has a job, but he's going to release at least a music video in the next 8 months.
He's not gonna do it. Dan's not gonna get up. He's snuggled
That was
up
the
playing
weirdest thing.
Super
That was the
Nintendo.
weirdest thing about the race between him and Gary is at any point he could have won. All he had to do was release any video. And he
His
just
phone was
never
downstairs.
did.
His phone was downstairs. He couldn't do it.
He could have honestly, you would have gotten like 1.5 mil if you released a Barbie video doing the Ken song.
No,
It didn't even need to be that. I like.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But
He
one
was
thing I
close
do
behind
like-
Gary anyway.
Huh?
He was close behind Gary anyway, so I
He
think
was.
No, he was actually
even if he just
ahead.
released what like his own preferred video, still would have won.
So the one thing I will say that I definitely respect about what Dan does with his music is that he has said, like, you know, he could do certain songs and it'll just boom, blow up and everyone will love it, but he wants to do stuff that he enjoys. But I'm not gonna lie, I would like to see.
I still want to see I'm Just Ken.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
No, but he
seeing
could have
that.
he
That'd
could
be
have done a video that he enjoys, just faster than every 8 months.
great.
I mean, literally, he was about one video away from beating Gary at any point, like any video.
Wait, what do you say? Did you go downstairs to get your phone, Dan?
Fine, that's it. You've broken him.
Look, it's now happy that Dan got his phone.
Here you go. There's a capybara hat.
I'm just Dan.
Is that what they are? I can't even see. They just look like weird
Dan.
bears.
What would his thing be? Like, not enough, but with Dan.
I'm enough.
I am done.
He's
This
Jenna.
proves like I've lost them.
Yeah, it'd be- well, my brain went a different way. It'd be like the Brazilian.
I'm just Brazilian.
I think Dan sent you something.
No, I'm a
He's-
Brazilian.
He said fine, did he?
Yeah, that's a voice
Like,
message.
Because if
Oh,
you
are
were
we
watching
ready?
Barbie, you could definitely make Brazilian jokes.
Okay, are we ready?
We're ready?
Oh, wait 1 second.
Well,
He
this is a high quality professional.
said fine, did he?
Oh, wait.
Hold on, she's playing the YouTube.
She can't even hold a phone by a microphone, folks.
Ready?
Ready?
Thank you, Dan.
Nobody heard it. You were pointing it at you, not the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
I
you hear
mean,
it?
we heard some noise.
You just heard yell.
Oh, I think what's happening is your mic has a thing where if it gets too loud, it cuts. So it kind of... We hear the start and the end. I mean, or you could just literally pull the clip up on your laptop, but whatever.
We have to send it to like you're gonna have to send it to a drive or something, and we can put it on the PC so they can hear it.
Okay.
Like all we heard was. So
It was enough to work out it was Dan. That was about it.
Ah, dang it. I'm sorry.
sorry, chat.
Sorry, chat.
That you ruined it.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny? The chat always says like that we're drunk, and the funny thing is we're just like this. We're hopped up on sugar.
Okay. What I'll do is I'm going to forward this at some point to my email if I can figure out how to do that. Ooh, can I send it to my Twitter?
Maybe.
You could post it in the Saucy Saturdays chat, yeah.
Disparu's like, I want to hear it. You can put it in the group
Well,
chat.
no, I mean, that's the easiest way
I
to
know.
do it, rather than, I mean, unless you want to post it publicly, just putting in that chat's the easiest thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting there.
All right. While she's doing that, let's get some of these supers. Thank you, guys. The duck goes quack quack for 5. Thank you. It's almost like they're ruining Superman on purpose. They hate the idea of his character and what he represents, so they're sabotaging their own project. Yeah,
Well-
I mean, obviously we got to see it first, so I don't have high expectations, but we'll see what happens. Getting all this, backlash on the outfit, on the suit, they might change it because we've seen that happen sometimes, like with Sonic. I don't know if they were
They'll
just
CGI
trolling
it
us.
though.
Huh?
They'll CGI it rather than fixing the costume.
That's
Like,
what I
I
mean, they'll
think if you're at a
CGI
point
it.
where you CGI a costume, you're an idiot. I think you should be fired from Hollywood.
Especially
you
like
can't
a
even get
Superman
costume right,
costume like
seriously?
that. It's like, just don't make it so baggy. Like, it looks like a little boy dressing up in like how they would look over in Halloween, dressing up as Superman, like with the big fake like muscles, because it looks big on him. The duck
I
goes
think-
quack quack for another 2. Thank you. Those Baz turds glued pubes to Superman's head.
I think the biggest issue with the Superman thing is the timeline of movies. That it should have just started with the ones everyone knows. Superman, Batman, all that kind of stuff. And instead, there's a load of movies that I have no idea who they're talking about. And if I don't, most people won't, because most people haven't read the comics like I haven't. So
Yeah.
it's a very weird order.
Disparu, can you check your email and see if you can find the clip? I shared it to you
Wow, it's
from
gonna take
Google
him a
Drive.
minute. He's got a.
You've literally done this the most complicated way you ever could have done.
Yeah, I know.
But you're the one that's got the working PC right now. We're working with a laptop.
Yeah.
Jonathan
Sorry.
Stevie for 2. Thank you. Daily reminder: not fat and not a 5.
Yes, because I'm a fat 5. I'm kidding.
She said at the con it was so cute. She's been getting so many compliments, like IRL, and it's so cute. I love it for her. We were walking by and she made the joke because she's like me, the self-deprecating humor. We do that all the time. Self-deprecating humor. It's just our thing. But we're in a crowd, and she said something about like, I look ugly, but she was joking. But this older woman heard her and she was like, she's pretty. She's not ugly to me. And then she kept walking. I was like, ah. She's like, no, that's not true. Oops.
The almost
Jeez.
overhyped humiliation ever. That
Yeah,
is so
just-
you, Dan. So you.
Just wait. Disparu's got you. He's produced Baru right now. He's got this.
Disparu.
Vimaran for
I'm
another
just wondering. There we go.
with 20. What are your top favorite superheroes or villains of all time, including more obscure ones like Spawn, mine are Magneto, Selene Galileo, and Real Ultron? I like Spider-Man. I grew up by watching the animated series. Yeah, there it is.
I'm downloading it.
And Toby was my first live action. I mean, for a lot of people, live action Spider-Man. Love Toby. So I know that's kind of basic, but Spider-Man's my favorite hero. I also really like Black Canary and Nightwing. There we
Okay.
go. What about you?
My favorite obscure hero. Someone asked me even today what
It doesn't have to be obscure. You just
How do I even upload it to this?
Even obscure. Hold on, Vimaran, you're in the queue for a second. We're trying to get Dan on the computer.
How do I even upload a video file to this? Is
I
it
don't know.
present
But I
share
got-
video file?
Got it. Ready, Dan?
I'm gonna share the screen. Hopefully this works. Oh dang it.
Well, you can't even click on it, so that was.
Humiliation!
Yeah. No face, just headphones.
Humiliation! Humiliation!
You know what it reminds me of?
Humiliation!
In
There you
Quake
go,
3,
Dan.
there used to be.
I'll answer your question in a minute, Vimaran.
Quake 3 would always have like double kill, multi kill, and it was like godlike and all that kind of stuff. It is like the arena call outs.
Sounds like he's puking, grabbed hers.
Wow. So
No,
favorite
actually, humiliation was a Quake 3 call out. If you killed them with a melee weapon, it was a humiliation kill.
Oh. Yeah, so it can be obscure is what he is saying there. But yeah, what are who are your favorite
favorite
superheroes?
superhero?
Yeah. Dan's
Sailor
happy.
Moon. Chainsaw Man. I think. And Billions. Oh, favorite was like Dexter. I really liked him. He was technically a villain.
I didn't say villains. Green Goblin, I think, is a great villain. I know it's Spider-Man again, but I love the Green Goblin, especially William Dafoe. Like he crushed that role.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
What's the name
Ooh,
of the villain on
Sasuke Uchiha. Oh, he's sexy.
the villain on Jessica Jones that we loved?
Oh, yeah.
What's his
you
name?
mean the one
He
that
was
can control people?
David Tennant.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I
That-
can't remember his
I forget
name.
his
But
name, but
he's
he was great.
he's a really good
Ooh.
villain.
Rock
See,
Lee from Naruto.
Now, my favorite villains, for if you're not including superheroes, would be the one from Blacklist, Raymond Reddington, and then in Alias you had Arvin Sloane. Those are my two villains of all time, but they're not superhero villains.
I don't know them. Yeah. So the reason I Rock Lee is one of my favorite, like I'll call him hero, is he in a world full of ninjas where they have like magic or whatnot, like the jutsus. He actually is not very good at it, but he trained every day so hard. And he actually like put weights on his arms and his legs so that he could get to the level that these ninjas get to. So it's just like with hard work and perseverance and dedication, you could train yourself to get to that point, which I thought was really, admirable. So anyways, that's it. That's all I have. What, I guess I want to spill that. I want to spill it. Okay, it's fine. No spilling. Okay, I guess let's get to our last topic.
Yeah. So, was Rock Lee really based on Rocky Balboa, Dan?
Really? No idea.
That's cool.
Oh my god,
Good
Dan.
answers. Thanks, man. I'm glad we made you happy. I don't mind we're a little basic, but I'm a 90s kid.
You watched Naruto? Okay, I like you a little more now. Yeah, you're cool. Anyways,
It's the first time Xray girls ever made like a judgment on someone because they've watched a television show.
Yeah. Hi.
Might be the first time she ever met anyone who's watched the things. Oh, this, yeah.
Yeah,
this gets
we
weirder.
aren't great at keeping up with all this, but we have seen it floating around, Twitter a bit.
It still doesn't make any sense to me, though. Even given everything we know, I don't know why, if everything is as it sounds, why nothing was a crime.
Yeah, and I think if you are sending like messages, like hitting on a girl or a guy that is a minor, that is like intent almost.
Well, I mean, just look at the description from the start. Banned from the platform in 2020 over inappropriate text to an underage girl. Why is that not a crime? This is why it doesn't make any sense to me, the story. Surely it should be a crime.
Well, no, because like if you think about how other crimes are, there's
grabs are. Sorry, I think
there's people who've been arrested for planning to murder people. You know? So what's the difference between planning to engage with a minor?
Well, I mean, it says inappropriate text. So, like, if you were just like, someone goes, "I'm going to TwitchCon," you're like, "Oh, I'll be at TwitchCon. We'll meet up." There's nothing inappropriate about that.
Should we bring up
inappropriate implies some kind of
the tweet
intent.
is still up, but he did make a tweet addressing this.
Yeah, I definitely have that.
You have that?
Can you grab it?
Okay, can you grab it, please?
Well,
Thank you.
I can get it. I mean, I doubt he's
You can
posted
get it
since.
faster
To be
than
honest.
us right now, probably.
Yeah. There's no way he's posted since that. I think said he was having a break. But this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why, given everything we know. Firstly, even by his description, he's like, there was no crime, there was no wrongdoing. I maybe went too far, but there was never any arrest or anything, and Twitch paid me out. I don't know how all of this stuff can be true. It doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, regardless, it seems that Twitch thinks it's true enough to be banned.
Well,
off
no,
the
because Twitch
platform.
paid him out, right? So you'd think if they had proof of all this, even by his own description in this statement, then why would they need to pay him out if he was? Because if he was doing illegal, like, because sure, this is why it doesn't make sense. I don't understand how every single thing, all the facts can be right.
That's why people are saying that Twitch should release the DMs.
I hate
Unless they're in
StreamYards.
the
My
middle
entire
of
browser is
illegal.
like just freezing at the moment. You can't share anything in StreamYards. It just doesn't work. I've got the circle
Is
of
it
doom.
because you have 75 tabs open?
No, because I'm on Chrome at the moment rather than Brave. It literally just, you have to restart your browser and then you have to leave the chat and everything just because StreamYards doesn't work.
Yeah. It just
I've literally got the circle of death.
this grosses me out that like people still follow him after doing stuff like
I'll have
this.
to leave and come back in.
Okay, sounds good.
He's having a crisis.
Bye, Dispy.
Well, no, it's just you can't share anything on StreamYards. It doesn't work. Like it's a terrible program.
Yeah. The fact that they're like
Oh no!
protecting
Apparently
him-
it worked. I literally control deleted and
nice.
that fixed it.
Okay, I can't read that. Can you read that?
It's very tiny. Hold
That's
on.
Well, I can read it.
Let
It
this
says
brew
the
do it.
Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the effing BS. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys. Anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, blah, 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 and everyone at Midnight. A lot of people left in the dark. We made painful decisions for me to step down from Midnight Society. Big career of everything thing. It's not important. Everyone has wanted to know why I've been banned, but for reasons outside of my control, which presumably would have been an NDA due to the payout and the settlement and arbitration and stuff, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. But now two former Twitch employees have come out and publicly disclosed this. I can now tell you my side of the story. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? Yes. Firstly, why is that not a crime when his next things were the real intentions behind these messages? Were there real intentions behind these messages? No. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. But nothing more. This is the bit
So, but like
which is doing a lot of heavy lifting and is
He
really confusing.
maybe thought, but the other person maybe didn't.
Well, no, there's multiple explanations, and I think one of the issues is there's an email which nobody can corroborate. So until somebody does corroborate it, it's probably best off just left out of the conversation because it could just be made up. And so you get down to did he know or not? Because I think since then, I think it was Slasher came out and said that people thought he did know, which changes things. Because if he didn't know, then this would still make sense. But if he did, I don't know why deliberate, intentional, inappropriate conversations
Occurred in the first place?
Well, no, I don't know why it's not a crime. That's what I keep coming down to, because he says nothing illegal ever happened. There were no pictures, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I've never met with the individual. All of this seems to be true because it was a public statement, and it would be like anyone could come out and go, no, you were like, because if something illegal happened, Twitch would have to report it to them, right? So I think you can trust this, that nothing illegal happened. But I don't know why inappropriate conversations weren't illegal. I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that at this rate, the only thing that can exonerate him to the public eye would probably be whispers coming out. Whether they want it to come out or not is something different.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
Twitch legally can't. Because this, like he says, this went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch that the case was resolved by a settlement. So everyone will be NDA'd up to the gills. The only reason why you can say this will be because people from Twitch came out and broke their side. So the NDA was already broken, but it's not like Twitch can come out and give these things up because they'll all be NDA'd.
Yep. So what happens when they break these NDAs? I wonder.
Well, you can get sued out the ass.
Yeah.
I guess someone's being sued then.
What? Well, I mean, The issue is who has the NDA, because like Twitch can be NDA'd, but did all the employees sign it? I mean, the employees that knew, but it looks like somebody broke their NDA, told another person in the company, who then told more people, who then told more people, and so.
Wildfire.
But yeah, so by the time you get to the person that actually said it, they weren't under any NDA. So, and then they could only be sued if what they said wasn't true. Well, it seems like what they said was true.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And lesson learned: find out the ages of these people before you talk about it. It is what I'm getting from this. And I don't know. I wouldn't personally, like, for myself, like, try to meet up with someone who I've never met or talked to before and talk inappropriately. But that's just me.
Yeah. Well, that's just smart.
Well, I'm of the. There's a load of people really banging on about the moral thing. Art is his wife and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't keep up with his. I don't watch.
I didn't know he had a wife.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about his.
Oh well,
personal-
he's cheated on his wife before. There was a big thing about that at one point, that he cheated on his wife. She stayed with him. They worked through it. I think it was around the same time as because he said in 2017. From what I know, that was around the same time that all that stuff came out. And there was a time on Twitch where that came out. People were taking the piss. So he took a break from Twitch, then came back and was essentially bigger than ever before. But he had to go through like the fires of public opinion and stuff. And for me, it's not all. I really am a person where your private life is your private life. Not only do I not care about it, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know who you're banging. It doesn't interest me at all. This is one of the reasons I don't want it in TV shows. I don't care. I don't care about people whose real life it is. I certainly don't care about mythical people that somebody wrote down on a page.
Mythical.
And so it's like I can have my own opinion about whether it was right or wrong, but I consider it's between him and his wife. And the only difference with this is if it's illegal.
Yeah.
If it's illegal, obviously you have to go through the legal processes. If it isn't illegal, I don't really care. And if people are like, well, this should be illegal, well, then you can go to the government and try and get it made illegal. But I don't know why, given the descriptions, it wasn't illegal.
Well, and we may
it's
never
all very
find out.
vague.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna. We're not gonna learn more about it, especially when it comes to Twitch, because there's a lot of
So much stuff that happens there.
Yeah.
The
So
issue
I
we've
think
got-
that this right now it's a topic because it's popular. Just I read one of the comments here that said this was 7 years ago. So
2017.
okay, so yeah, all right.
And he got
it's
banned
like
from
something with
Twitch
the rug,
in
I think.
2020, I think. So
Whatever
there was a
happened,
big
and
delay.
We don't know the truth. But I don't think we're going to learn it. So
Well, my issue is all the leaks and stuff have come out. I think it was Slasher that said this, that they're all third-hand sources. So somebody knew who told somebody who then told them. And so you are so many degrees of freedom.
Broken
That's
telephone.
Chinese whispers.
Yep.
You don't know any more than anybody else. You just heard something from her who heard something. So,
Mm-hmm.
but there has been. He does say down at the bottom, because he goes through. There was no crime, which, given that he's saying it's publicly, I'm going to take that as true. From a moral standpoint, that's on me. I've changed as a person. I don't like all the accusations about people calling me a predator, etc. And then the best bit is where he goes, if you don't like me for this, then F you. But if you're uncomfortable about the entire statement and stuff, that's all fine. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy. I'm taking an extended vacation, and then I'm coming back. And it's going to be very interesting to see this. And I think that is probably why we'll never find out more details.
Yep.
I think it is literally just
Wait
going to
for
be
it to
left in this
die
icky
down.
territory.
Yeah, wait for it to die down and then see how the world is, and they'll have forgotten about it. People's brains forget things so easily when it comes to the news. So I think he'll be fine in the end. Just be careful when you're out there online and you don't know who you're talking to.
yeah.
Well, my thing with all of this is if something illegal has happened to you, then go to the police. Don't go to Twitter. If you go to Twitter, I'm going to not believe it happened anyway, because you should have gone to the police. And then once it's gone to the police, it can be investigated. It can go through the proper channels, and we can all get an answer. Like, you can have your day in court to defend yourself, and then when there is a conviction or not, that's the judgment I'll take. And I don't believe in, if someone hasn't gone through a criminal conviction, them, losing the career or whatever. If a crime was committed, then it can go through the courts. If one wasn't,
that is different. And we've seen so many people lose their lives over just even not even a conviction, because in the eyes of the world, you've already been prosecuted, and that's not necessarily true.
Well, I remember when Angry Joe was accused, and that I bring up that specifically because it's the most insane accusation I've ever heard. Even in her own statement, literally nothing was wrong. I don't even know what she was moaning about. She was literally like, he took me around, he took me to some dinners, and then he was in the shower, he said, do I want to join him? I said no, and he went, okay. And? What's the problem? And there's so many things where it's like people want to come out and go, oh, I remember this. This thing happened to me. It's like nothing happened. You're not even claiming anything happened. But at some point, somebody talked to you and made you think something happened. It is so wild. And that's why I would rather just leave it to the courts. I'd rather everyone just went through the same process as everything else. Everyone gets a fair procedure, and then we just see what happens and leave it till then. I don't like the court of public opinion, because I think everyone just makes judgments before they should on information they don't have. And I don't think that's good for anybody involved.
Well, but people do that naturally anyways. Like, you make a judgment on a human being within 30 seconds of seeing them.
Oh, but I think that's fair enough, though, for your own life. For instance, all the people that Doc hangs around with, so you've got like Tim the Tatman, Nick Merckx, Ninja, all of those have come out with comments going, I can't stand by this. And it's like, okay, if you don't want him in your life, fair enough. But that's different than going, he should be banned from every platform. Because nobody knows what's happened, right?
And we've seen that even in our own space, not saying any names. We've seen it, okay? And it kind of sucks making a judgment before we find out what the actual story is. If we even find out the actual story, I think that...
Well, I think the police should find out the actual story.
But no, police should. I'm talking about the people online.
Yeah.
Making these
judgments. I'm assuming that the police have already investigated this.
Yeah.
And they didn't find anything.
And that should be
now, if
more important.
If Twitch didn't go to the police, I think that is an issue.
Mm-hmm. And Dan makes a good point. You can accuse anyone of anything, and the internet brainlets will ruin the person's life. Yeah, yes. It's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but especially with the internet, it's like it's the opposite.
Yeah,
sometimes
and that's why
you're proven innocent, your name has still been smeared so bad it doesn't matter.
And that's why my basic rule is you take it to the police, not Twitter. If you go to Twitter, I just don't believe you.
Keep it off of the public, the public eye until maybe, And
sometimes
I'm not saying don't talk to them, but go to the police, let them investigate it, and then we can all find out together, kind of thing. It's like, obviously, if something's happened, you deserve your day in court, and they should be punished for it. But we have procedures for this.
And sometimes privacy, you should be awarded with privacy for certain things, because especially when kids are involved, it's like, feels a little dirty involving them. But hey, I'm glad I have never been in that position, hopefully never be in that position. And if people are in that position, I usually let things happen first. And I think that's the best way, at least for me, to handle anything dramatic. So, yes.
Well, this will, I really do think it's just going to be old news very fast. Like this, after this week, no one's going to talk about it unless something else comes out.
He's going to go on vacation, and then he's going to come back. And whenever he comes back, that first stream is going to be wild. That chat is going to be...
Everyone thinks, because that'll be very interesting.
Lord both.
Well, that's like, because he's going to come back and presumably just try and ignore it all. There's no way you can get past your first stream without a statement. But he'll probably try.
We'll see.
And then all the super chats will just bring it up.
True. Very true, Grab
Well,
Star.
that
Andrew
was a
Matthews,
good
thank you.
point. Yeah, actual justice doesn't get attention. It doesn't get clicks. It's not drama, and so we should probably just wait because we don't know, and then just let the legal system have it. It's not a story.
Thank you, Andrew Matthews, for the £5. Disparu. We claim to be Italian again. I told her she's USA for you.
That's amazing.
There was a thing I saw on Twitter earlier, actually. I can't remember. It was someone claimed to be Scottish, and they're like, "You're not Scottish. Yeah, like
Disparu spreading.
you've never been to Scotland. You don't have any Scottish blood in you. You're like 0.00001% blood ancestry to Scotland, and you're an American." I'm like, I could have written that myself.
Wow.
He's rubbing off on people.
Kind of like Denny.
Lord both has been a member for 3 months. Thank you. Dr. Diddy Suspect. No.
Love it. Love
That's
it.
freaking funny, though. I can't. Psychotic Mongoose gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Psychotic Mongoose. Oh, and Andrew Matthews is back. Thank you for £2.
Oh, yeah, that was a major thing.
What's this?
You know, well, in House of the Dragon right now, there's apparently a guy who's a villain, and people are going on his Instagram and like giving him death threats and stuff because he was a villain in a show. No, there's
That's
a lot of
freaking
people that seem to treat the
ridiculous.
character as if the actor
Oh my
is
God,
the character.
It's like Joffrey all over again. Poor guy.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. But Deirdre Barlow, right? She was in a soap opera over here, and she got sent to prison for something she didn't do. But it became such news. It was in the media. It was in the press. I think the Prime Minister at the time went into Parliament and said, "We need to free Deirdre Barlow." And it was a major thing. And it was literally just a character on a TV show. But people treat it as if it's real.
That is insane. Some people need to separate life from the art. Like,
Yes,
that is
some
a
people
little much.
can't. Like, not to get too off topic, but think of like couples that are together in like TV shows and movies, and then people see them like with their real spouse or something in real life. And they're
You're
like,
cheating
how-
on it.
how dare you cheat on, like, you know, I don't know. Like they have Grease,
I
like
never
Danny
thought
and
about that.
Sandy. John Travolta's with someone else, and they're like, "How dare you
Oh.
cheat on Sandy?"
Didn't that happen with the Raylos? I'm sure someone told me about
Probably,
that.
probably. Every
Probably.
weird thing that you can think of happened with those weirdos.
That is insane.
I think one of them, I can't remember which one it was, but it was like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And they were threatening them because they would like no, he needs to get back. They need to get back with each other. It's wild.
Please get
Wild.
back together. We love you
We
together.
love you together. Yeah.
Well,
no,
I
it's not
think
gonna
people
happen.
live
You can't make
vicariously
that
through them.
happen.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. So, what do you have coming up,
Ooh,
Disparu, Mr. F&T?
Well, I don't know because
Leave
Doctor
us-
Who is.
Don't leave
Doctor-
us, please. We'll send you whiskey.
No, you won't.
I would.
we just don't know what address to send it
I
to.
don't know.
Well, yeah, that is a problem.
Disparu in the UK.
Yeah, we'll just
Dis-
mail it that
Disparu in
way.
inverted
Carrier-
commas,
well, we
you
do.
know.
To be fair, we are supposed to go find him with our flying buffalo.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, my friend is from a small town in Ireland, and if you put their family name in the town, they'll be able to find which house it is.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
well, my uncle used to live like out in the sticks somewhere, down some weird country lane in the middle of nowhere, and I don't think my mom knew what road name it was, so she literally gave the same directions in her head that she drove to his house with on the envelope, and the postman got it there. So,
Nice.
yeah, if you're out in the country,
Hilarious.
those postmen know they will
If
go
they
to
know,
the extra.
if they know, yeah, they'll bring it to the right spot. That's funny though. So what do you have coming up this week?
Yeah, I mean, Doctor Who's over, so there's still Acolyte stuff. I did find out that, well, I was reminded that Rings of Power is coming out in 2 months. So
It's coming up.
I might need to do something there to round out all the news we've had about since my last one kind of thing. But yeah.
There you go.
I love it. I love it.
And what do we have coming up?
Tomorrow we'll probably go live at the con again in our next cosplays tomorrow. So watch out for that. I don't know when we're gonna do it. Probably like early in the morning. And then we want to go to dinner.
There actually might be, if we can make it in time, there might be a little stream after this in like a half hour or so.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Depends on the music, but we want to
So
go
you
out
can
to a
capture a
bar.
buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go capture buffalo.
Yeah, we'll bring you some whiskey. Just give us like 5 minutes. Should be fast on a buffalo with wings.
Yeah. And then
Well, that's the thing. If you ever do go to Ireland, then it'll just everyone be drinking Guinness instead of whiskey. So even at that point, it'd be
I
wrong.
mean, I like a good Guinness. Okay.
I want
I've
to
never
get
had
in
Guinness.
Ireland, so
I've always thought if I was gonna have Guinness, I would have it in Ireland, but I've no
Yeah, do it.
intention of drinking the
Let's
Guinness
do
and
it.
stuff.
We should do a brewery tour at the Guinness factory in Dublin.
yes.
When in Ireland, do what the Irish do. It's just
Drink
be
and
permanently pissed.
Yep, that's definitely gonna be us. And I want to do a full Irish breakfast, and then have the chippy.
What is an Irish breakfast?
It's basically an English breakfast.
Oh, they stole that from us as well.
Yeah,
It's a
and
good-
then I want to go to the chippery and have
And
Not a chippy, not a chippery.
whatever. Sorry, I'm not a good Irish person.
Well, fish and chips is English. I'm not even sure that's Irish.
Yeah. So no. But I want to put like curry on the chips, like that. Something my friend told me that she does, and she loves it.
I mean, a lot of people like curry. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not English, but a lot of people like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Same Z's over there. And then I'm trying to think other things that they have, but anyways, that's
That's
what
what-
I like. That's what I like.
and that's what we have going on. Then Xray is going to be going home
On
Monday. Monday I should be back to the House of the Dragon live streams with everybody that has joined. This week we're gonna do a recap of episode 2 and 3 since I missed last week because we were on the road. But then it'll be back, every Monday, each episode, just been a little crazy with the trip. And
We're
yeah, I
sorry.
mean, I'm still gonna be visiting family. So besides, the regular Saucy streams and everything, I might hop on Sea of Thieves with the guys when I can. But I'll be home in a couple weeks, so everything will be back on track. Since I am on Xray's laptop, I can't host, but X-Wing is going live in a half hour. So because I can't log
some of
into
the
my
mods-
stuff. So I got it right here. I'm putting in the chat. Here's
Oh,
the
thank
link
you.
for X-Wing if you guys want to go say hi to X-Wing.
We love X-Wing. He's
We
my
do.
cousin.
Yeah, I can't do like the official raid, but when we end, if you guys want to hop on over there, he'll be live in about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have time to go get some popcorn, take a pee break,
And Monday, I am not streaming because I am going to be
traveling.
traveling and seeing my family again
Yeah, she'll finally be home though, so she'll be back to her regularly scheduled programming in a
on
couple days.
Tuesday. Real BBC
Yeah.
with Dead As. Yeah, again, congratulations, Disparu.
Yeah.
Very,
Congratulations.
very happy for you. Honestly, very happy. So
Just don't
I-
leave us.
My
Yeah,
favorite thing
totally.
was my favorite thing was the meme that everyone's first instinct was let's just use rip as again. It was like it worked the last time, it'll work again.
nice.
That's why everybody asked and they didn't believe it because, but anyways, we are so, what are you looking for?
The outro.
Damn.
This is
The
me.
racist bell.
Oh, thank you for. Oh my god.
I'll fix it.
No,
I
it's
do
all-
like-
I could say
At the start of
outro.
that clip, every time is just me going, "It's a racist bell."
I'll bring it back in next week. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
Bye.